When you're young, when you're restless, when you're fun, cause you're desperate. Oh, here they come for a chance, for adventure. What's your poison? What's your pleasure? Oh.
Story, Raw fans. Tonight's topics on the Wrestle Story include
Brock beats down Dominic,
Team Hogan versus Team Flair,
and Lashley and Lana are back.
All that and more. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Wrestle Story. We discuss all things wrestling, those legends of the past, the superstars of the present, and the trailblazers of the future. We stream every Monday after Raw. I'm going to get this right because things have changed.
Every Wednesday after NXT and after AEW. And every Friday after SmackDown. Boy, oh boy. I don't even know anymore. Yeah, so things this
The bad
week,
thing is, I was just starting to get our intro down like I thought I had it.
I know,
now
and
I got
now
to change my
you're gonna
dates.
have to
Messes everything up.
Yeah, so this week, schedule and stuff is going to be kind of crazy. Well, are we going to do Thursdays too because of NXT UK?
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Because we're going to have
wrestling every
single day of the week.
Yes.
So schedule is going to be different.
Hello, give me a hell yeah podcast. James and Export.
Yeah.
How's it going?
What's up, guys? So moral of the story here is just make sure that you're subscribed and you have the notification bell clicked because then you'll know when we go live.
Yes.
Because, days are going to be, messed up.
Who knows when we'll be live.
Things are moving around, and it's going to be crazy. So, Raw tonight. I actually thought was good.
I thought the matches were good. The storylines, on the other hand, were kind of,
I think some of it is good. I think some of it was kind of like, huh? And some of it was just like, oh boy, that was.
Yeah, I would agree.
I don't know what I just watched.
Yeah,
like that main event segment. Boy, oh boy.
First hour stronger than rest, man. Other than Cedric versus again, I think that I thought overall, I thought the matches were good. I think the one issue I had with all of it is the storylines behind what was happening.
All of it, yeah. I have some things to say about, well, you mentioned Cedric and Styles. I have some things to say about that. They're not necessarily good things, gold. But I have things to say about that. So, we're going to start at the beginning of the show, per usual. This was the premiere episode. They got a new everything. They redid their, staging for stuff. They have new commentary teams. They have pie Pyro. Pyro's back. Woohoo! Let's see what else.
Yes, I agree. Export. A lot of the matches were rematches, so it's kind of a But again, I thought the matches overall were good. How you doing, Zendo?
Poor Dominic.
Yes, definitely. So go ahead with your thought.
Premiere episode. Commentary team. First off,
Yes, definitely.
The new stages look like you can skateboard on it. Yeah, it does. I like the new stage, though. I feel like it's very open, and, like, they now have pyro, which is really cool. And, people have, like, their effects back, which I think they should have had the whole time.
And Becky's got her steam back. Excuse the language, but it's badass.
I'm going to sneeze. It's
Just cover your nose when you do it.
It's going to...
Don't be loud.
I'll try not to.
Yes. Rusev, why they did this was... I understand why they did it with Rusev, because it's creating a storyline.
I understand it, too.
I would say that's one of the few storylines that they started to create to go on down the road.
The outcome of it, it's just like something like, it's totally Paul Heyman. 100%.
Yes, definitely.
That's like his bread and butter is like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so like, I don't know. It's totally Heyman.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
So anyways, new commentary teams, new everything. Commentary team. All right. So on the Raw commentary team, we have Vic Joseph, Jerry the King Lawler, and Dio Madden. Is that his name? I don't even know what his name is.
Yeah.
It all just got rushed, though. All felt so messy. I can agree with that. I felt like they like to do that a lot, where they just saved, like, the last bit of everything for, like, the last, like, 4 minutes of the show-ish. Sometimes less time than that. If we like to think back to the Roman situation when he had stuff thrown on him, that was in the last minute of the show.
I agree. Well, I agree with what he's saying as far as got rushed. I think they could have built this over a couple weeks, like build a storyline behind it.
Well, they've been talking about it for the last 2 weeks. Since Rusev came back last week, they were like, oh, where's Lana? What's happening with Lana? So you could assume that they were going to do something with Lana.
Okay, but they could have built the storyline of her, the whole Bobby Lashley thing.
I agree. Bobby Lashley was very random, and why
I don't know.
We need some type of reason. Like, I'm very curious to see next week what Lana has to say.
Yeah.
As to why she is with Lashley and not Rusev anymore.
Well, they could have,
and her reasoning behind it, because Lashley is so random. I know he's been out with an injury, and we haven't seen him on TV in forever, but it's just so random.
Yeah, I mean, yes, Lawler needs a staff commentary. I don't know if y'all like the ending, but liked it good by PG. You know what, James? I like the ending because I think it creates a storyline. I just wish they would have built it up and played it out over 2 weeks or 3 weeks, building it up. That this is what's happening, rather than just boom, here it is. This is what's happening.
Yeah.
Because they just brought Rusev back. What, last week? Was it
Jerry
last week?
was great. The other two goofs bored me. James, I disagree. The only person that stands out on commentary to me is Vic Joseph. That is it. That is the sole reason why the commentary team is okay. I don't see anyone defending this abomination of a storyline. I'm sorry.
I can understand. I mean, I know where you're coming from. It
was so
Well, because they didn't build any of the storyline up. I mean, if they would have built the storyline up,
what?
it would have been different. But it wasn't. There was no build up to it. There was
I
nothing.
still think it
was
would have
boom.
gotten the reaction just because people don't like those types of storylines. People just don't like them.
Well, I think they could have built it up where she was trying to... the problem with it is what they've done with Mike Kanellis and, that whole storyline where she's not, you're not man enough and all this stuff. So I think that because the storyline is similar to that one,
yeah,
then I could see why people don't want to see another one. But if they would have built this up, she was upset with Rusev for whatever reason, and was ready to leave him as far as being a manager and was going to go manage someone else, then if they would have built it up, I would have been okay with it.
Yeah.
But there was, like I said, there's no build up to it, so it's like, all right, just throw it out there.
Yeah. Commentary team on Raw. Dio Madden, he was on 205 Live for like just a bit. Well, I'm sorry, Maven. I don't know them. Just not used to them. Only Corey and Renee. Sorry. I missed Renee Young on commentary. I wanted her to be on commentary tonight, and I was like, there's no Renee. Renee Young and Vic Joseph and Corey Graves. That would have been an excellent Raw commentary team. No, they had to go and screw it up and throw Jerry Lawler on commentary, who, quite honestly, I think it's just way past his time for being on commentary. I think it was fine, like, years ago. But at this point in time, I don't know. Just, like, some of the things that they have him say are just, like, stupid.
But
like,
the thing is, he's always been that way.
Well, I get that. But, like, now comparing him to the other two that they have, who are more current and who have been doing weekly shows for the last, several years.
Well, that goes along with what experts said. Jerry doesn't fit in there. I mean, I don't think he fits.
No, he doesn't fit with those two guys. No, I think if he was put with Michael Cole, and they just had Michael Cole and Jerry on commentary, I think that would be fine.
I think it would be a better fit, definitely.
But, like, putting him with Vic Joseph, who I personally would like to see be the lead commentator for Raw, because he has that potential and he's just that good. He gets you excited, and, like, his reactions, he's one of the best commentators that they have.
Yeah.
And he's, like, they're using Lawler as, like, the lead, and I don't love that. Just because he doesn't.
How you doing, Chaos?
I enjoyed Raw.
I thought Raw was okay. Raw. I mean, I thought the matches were good. Again, the storylines, not so
much. But, we'll kind of get into that as we talk about stuff. Now, Dio Madden, he's been on 205 Live for just a couple weeks doing commentary. He was a superstar, but then they put him on commentary. And, like, now I don't even, like, know who he is. Like, and he was, Jerry like, really quiet.
See, now James wants Jerry, but not the other two goofs.
Like, I don't know. I don't know enough about this Dio Madden person. Like, I've seen him on commentary a couple times.
Well, I think you got to give him a chance. So
I agree. I'm going to give him a chance. It's just like, you're putting him on what you claim to be your A show, and nobody has, like, ever heard of him. You know? Like, you're not keeping, like, your lead commentators on what you consider to be the lead show. All of your lead commentators are now over on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Which, to me, makes no sense. I wouldn't have put all the newbies on Raw to begin with.
Yeah. Tom Phillips would be better.
I agree, and Tom Phillips isn't even doing commentary.
It was chaos, but the backstage segments tried to make sense of things and ask questions. I still think that you kind of have to build the storylines out in public. I didn't rate the Madden guy, to be honest. Hopefully in time they get it together a little bit. The only issue with Jerry was the other two didn't know how to handle it. I think that's the big issue, is just Jerry.
He has Lawler, so much personality on his own.
Yeah.
Like, it is hard to outshine Jerry Lawler.
Yeah.
Because he's been doing this for so many years, and he is a big name, and everybody knows who he is. I really like Vic a lot. He does really well on commentary. Super good. Love him. The skateboarding at the...
How you doing, Jordan?
That's funny. Vic was good. Jerry was okay. No idea or care about the other guy. He overreacted a few times badly. I think that's just part of it. He hasn't been doing commentary as long as the other guys have. And he just started working on 205 Live, so nobody really has any idea who he is. And so, like I said, putting him on the lead show, I don't know if that was the right move. You should have kept either Corey or Tom Phillips or somebody who has been around the block and knows what they're doing. You should have put them on the A show and then moved Dio Madden over with Michael Cole and one of the other guys. You know what I mean? Where he can kind of be like taken under the wing of Michael Cole, and, he can be made into a good commentator.
Yeah. I think the one thing is you have to take a look here. I think they're really trying to push they're trying to push SmackDown.
He had a couple of good one-liners. I agree. Philip, Vic, Joseph, and Jerry could have been good. Yeah, I think that would have been a good commentary team. Now
think so,
NXT
too.
is staying the same. It's still Morrow and Beth and Nigel.
Maybe
They're
Mickey
staying on
James will take
NXT.
his spot, possibly.
Yeah, Mickey James. She did some commentary for main event. I think she might not be wrestling anymore. She might just move over to commentary.
Yeah, I think based on what I've seen, I'd say that's probably what's going to happen. She's just going to move to commentary, won't wrestle.
Which
At
I think
least
is
for
fine
now.
because it gives them another female commentator.
Yeah, I think at least for now that's what's going to happen.
And then maybe they could have one female commentator on every show because they have Beth on NXT, they have Renee on SmackDown right now, and they could switch out one of the other guys for Mickey James if she gets good enough on commentary for Raw.
Yeah.
So then they can have,
Definitely.
an evened out.
I'm good, but the ending made no sense. Why does Lana and Rusev allow that to happen, even if it's scripted? You know what? I'm cool with the whole thing because I just wish they would have built it up more, like over 2 or 3 weeks, and not just this. Okay, here it is, because there was no explanation on. They could have done like a Rusev Lana split, and then had it go out. I mean, but they don't. They don't. I mean, there was no build up to it. It was just all thrown out there, and it was there.
Yeah, they didn't even bother adding another match for Hell in a Cell, but they're building up a crown freaking jewel match. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna talk about that in just a little bit too. But
Here's a question: Do we have Hell in a Cell?
Do we have Hell in a Cell? Is that even a pay-per-view this weekend? Am I just is my mind tripping on me? Is that even a pay-per-view? Because honestly, okay, I'm gonna talk about this now. I don't think three matches is not enough for a pay-per-view at all. And you can't even consider that to be a pay-per-view with 3 matches. I don't get it. They want to talk about cutting down on matches or whatever. They go from 11 to then having 3 matches. Can you find some happy medium? You don't need to have 95,000 matches or no matches at all for your pay-per-view. Just find a good happy medium. 6, maybe 7 matches. Not 11. Not 2. Come on, guys. This isn't even going to be a pay-per-view. We have 2 Hell in a Cell matches and 1 tag team match.
Well, I'm cool with 8 to 10 matches. Just
okay.
Do it in 3 hours.
I also am cool with that.
Not
and
a
it's fine.
five-hour-
I
not
don't
a
care how many
5
matches
hour-
we have. Are you guys getting 2K20?
We are going to get 2K20, yes.
Yes. But I don't get
You're
it.
talking.
How
you doing, Fun Time?
I think Sasha, Becky, and Fiend and Seth sell the pay-per-view already. I agree, they sell the pay-per-view, but
I have no doubt they sell the
don't
pay-per-view,
think
but
3
nobody...
matches. Nobody is going to want to sit there, pay money to get good seats. Okay, if you're getting good seats that are up close, those are expensive. I personally would not want to spend a lot of money on tickets to a show where I'm going to watch 2 matches.
Yeah, you have no clue who's going to be there.
And then I go home.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't work for me. So I don't know what they're thinking. I think the Kofi versus Brock match could have easily been on the card. I understand why they're doing it on Friday. I guess that makes sense to me because it's his first SmackDown on Fridays on Fox. I get that. The Kevin versus Shane match should have been on the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. It doesn't need to be on Friday.
Yes.
That can be on Sunday, so we add a 4th match to our 3-match pay-per-view at this point.
Yes.
There is no U.S. Championship match, no Tag Team Title Championship matches, no Intercontinental Championship matches, not even a SmackDown Women's Championship match. There is nothing. Be patient, James. We have less than a week till the pay-per-view. 5 days.
Yeah, I don't know what...
What are they... How am I supposed to be patient?
Canadian Stampede was a 2-hour pay-per-view with 4 matches, and it's one of the best pay-per-views. I have no doubt that they can have a solid pay-per-view.
If they add another match. If they have 4 matches, okay, cool, fine. It's like an NXT takeover, okay? But 3 matches, that just doesn't seem like enough to me. At all.
Well, again, I think you could do it in 3 hours. It'd be no different than doing a Raw show. I mean,
No,
you
it
do
wouldn't.
a 3-hour show and then have it call that good. I found out Universe Mode you can have 14 matches at a pay-per-view. Well, shocking because that's what they have been doing at pay-per-views. So
lovely.
That's cool.
Hey, if it means,
that means
2 hour
pay-per-view, I'm all for it. Yeah, like I said, 2 or 3 hour. I would say 3 hours.
I don't care how many hours of pay-per-view. It's 3 matches is not enough for me.
No, I think you have to have more. I think they need to cut out the pre-show stuff and then just have the pay-per-view last 3 hours and then go on from there. At least put Leo versus Drew in the match with AJ versus Cedric tonight. It was better than the one at Clash of Champions. Yes, I agree.
I think they should put Leo versus Drew on the card somewhere.
Do you feel better?
I do. I'm sorry.
You didn't even say excuse me.
I'm sorry. I was in the middle of my sentence.
Yeah,
Excuse me. My bad. No, but Leo versus Drew, I think that would be a good match just to put on the card, not on the pre-show. Just skip the pre-show. If you're only going to have 3 matches on your show, you don't need a pre-show anyways.
No.
Just don't.
Yeah, just put it
on the main card. Like, there's no point. So, anyways, we've been talking for 20 minutes and we haven't even gotten into Raw yet. So, we open the show with Rey Mysterio. He comes out. The crowd pop like crazy for Brock. Whoop-de-dingle-doo. Whoop-de-dingle-doo. So Brock, he comes out. Well, Rey Mysterio comes out first. And he talks about his son. And his son is sitting in the crowd. And after that, he was like, oh, yeah, my son. I love you, my son. You're so great. And when Dominic was in the crowd, we knew he was getting involved in something. It was a matter of who. I was like, oh, is Fiend going to attack Dominic? Who's going to get Dominic? Somebody's getting Dominic. I don't know what the point of the segment was.
Me neither.
So then Brock comes out, he attacks Rey, and then he attacks Dominic, and Dominic and Rey, they leave in a stuff. Watch Rey cost Brock on Friday. I would love that. Watch Dominic cost Brock.
Yeah.
Dominic cost Brock.
For once, I enjoyed Brock. He felt more aggressive than a long time. I will say this. With what he did tonight, I was more impressed with him tonight than now. For those that are sitting here going, yeah, Brock, he's awesome and stuff, if they're only going to bring him back once or twice every 4 months,
is like they said something about later. They said something about later in the show where Brock Lesnar would speak about his actions that happened or whatever. He wasn't there.
If he becomes a wrestler or not, cool story for you. Yeah, I thought it was cool.
Dominic took
the only issue I have with it is it led nowhere with Brock.
No, it didn't.
What was the point of him attacking Rey Mysterio?
I guess the point of it was just to say that he's in an aggressive mood because he has a match on Friday. But that means nothing. So unless it's best Brock doesn't speak, I don't care. But then don't say that Brock Lesnar is going to come out and talk about his actions, and then you don't have Brock Lesnar come out and talk about his actions.
Or Paul Heyman either.
Yeah, like
because that's his mouthpiece.
Oh well, I don't care.
Well, I'm just saying that they could have had Heyman come out and say the stuff. Rumor has it he is joining SmackDown full time. All the money from the Fox deal. Yeah, I figured he'd be joining SmackDown.
Just what I needed. Woohoo!
I've seen that rumor too.
I don't care.
I would say probably Fox wants him.
Don't care. Why they want whatever reason. It's a dumb reason, whatever it is, and it's stupid. And they just need to wake up.
That's funny. All the money from the Fox deal.
Wake up from their dream and realize he's not going to do anything for them. And so just stop. I'm going to laugh if Kofi beats Brock. I want Kofi to beat Brock because I don't want to see Brock as the freaking champion. I don't want to.
I don't get this whole start of this.
Why? I don't either. What was the point of it?
Why did he attack Rey Mysterio?
And then why did he attack Dominic? Well, because he attacked Rey Mysterio. But why did he attack Rey?
I don't know, Elijah.
Yo, what's up? I don't understand it. He essentially just beat down. If it leads to Brock versus Dominic, maybe okay, cool. It'll be Dominic's first feud, but I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
And so what was the purpose then? Just to make Brock look strong? Brock doesn't need to look strong.
Well, I don't know that you look strong by attacking
Rey Mysterio. No.
I've told you before, I still see him
It doesn't make you look strong.
I still see him as a human.
I could throw Rey Mysterio into a side of a building. Okay? I could throw Rey Mysterio around the ring. Okay? I could do that. And I might be a little taller than Rey Mysterio.
If he attacks AOP, I would be more impressed. I feel like Baszler could possibly debut on Friday.
Depends on if she loses her championship on
Yeah,
Wednesday.
I think about what depends on.
I really think they. Okay, well, I'll kind of talk about that.
Brock
at the
crossed
end.
the line. Yeah, no doubt. I don't get.
Kofi-
Maybe versus Ray WrestleMania book it.
Kofi may beat Brock, but he is gonna need something big to pull that off. Yeah, agreed.
Or better
versus
yet,
Ray.
they could do Maven versus Ray at this next pay-per-view since they only got 3 matches.
No! Do it! Let's go. I'll hop on a plane. I will call up my good pal, Vince McMahon, and be like,
Call up your
Yo.
buddy Shane.
oh, yeah, sorry, my buddy Shane. I need to call up my buddy Shane and be like, yo, give me a flight to Hell in a Cell, and get Ray there too, because I'm going to throw him around the ring, and I'm going to put on a match because, well, you only have 3 matches for your card right now, and you're too stupid to figure out that you need to wrestle on Sunday too instead of Friday, and so I'm taking your place, and it's going to be a better match than yours. So, yeah, Shane, thanks. Click. Maybe he's shaking his head. No, totally. Yeah, Ray versus Maven. Let's book it.
How about Maven versus Dominic?
Totally. I could take Dominic down too. Now, he is a bit taller than I am.
I think
by a lot
is
taller.
he saying me versus Ray?
Yes.
Because, like...
You could pick him up and...
Well, I'm like,
Wait,
you
you
know...
could pick him up with one hand.
How
and throw
tall
him
is
in-
Ray? Like 5'4"?
I don't know. Let's
Is he
look.
that tall?
I could be wrong. We'll look. Ray Mysterio. Ray Mysterio.
They might do DQ for Brock versus Kofi just for the sake of adding another match for Hell in a Cell. Yeah, they could.
He's 5'6". Okay, so
Dominic
he's
is Walter. We said that like
a long time ago.
we said that like when they first had Dominic out there.
Yeah, like
we were
back
like,
at
it's Walter's
WrestleMania.
son.
Forget the Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio for custody of Dominic. We need Rey Mysterio versus Walter.
Yeah.
Oh boy. So yeah, that was the first segment. Made no sense to me as to why. I thought they were building up to something for Ray.
They are. They're going to throw him through the side of a building again. Again, I'd rather have 3 matches than a 5-hour show. I'm cool with 3 matches. I just think that if you are paying for a pay-per-view...
I am not.
Okay? I think if you're paying for a pay-per-view...
If you were going to the pay-per-view live, I'm not paying for 3 matches.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I think that's
I'm
the
not.
big issue.
I don't care if it is The Fiend versus Seth and Becky versus Sasha. I don't want to go just to watch 3 matches.
No, and I think that's where you run into the issue.
This is where they have to find a happy medium of, okay, let's not have 95 matches, but let's not have, 2 matches. Let's get, something kind of in between.
Not sure why Brock killed Ray and his son, but it was cool.
Yeah, bro, Dominic took a beating. It's like, hey, bud, welcome to the business. Many more years of this.
I'm cool with the whole thing. Again, the storyline, I don't understand the whole idea behind him coming out and going after Ray.
It makes no sense.
I mean, he's not even going after Seth's title.
No, and the thing is they were like, oh, well, Brock is in fighting mode and he wants to get everybody and blah, 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 blah. But, the thing is he only went after Ray. It's not like he continuously kept coming out and beating up multiple different people.
Yeah.
He wasn't on a path of, warfare. He was just out there to go after Ray. So
yeah,
we can't, Paul Heyman can't make it sound like, oh, he's out to get everybody because he's in a fighting mood. He's going to win the championship on Friday.
He was out to get Ray and Dominic.
Idiot. He was not. Let's be real here. He came out once. It's not like he attacked a village.
Yeah.
So, just.
James, we're getting to Becky. She's coming up next.
Yeah, she's next. So we get Sasha versus Alexa with Becky on commentary. Becky got her steam back. She got her steam back. It was really, really cool.
I think her entrance was cool.
I think they need it.
Definitely.
I don't know why they got rid of the pyro in the first place. Well, because I know why they did. But, it's just stupid.
I want Brock to try hitting Shooting Star again.
I assume you'll get Charlotte versus Bayley. I don't think Brock, or they would be advertising him.
I agree.
Yeah. Charlotte versus Bayley is very possible. And then I would have to say if they're going to do that, you would have to have Charlotte win. Because you can't have Bayley and Charlotte. They can't all continuously keep, she can't keep losing to Bayley. And especially if they wanted to keep Bayley and Sasha together with the draft coming up next week. Right, next week.
Yeah.
They will have to take the belt off of her.
I think it's just complete craziness until the draft. I would agree, Chaos. I wonder if this isn't just trying to get through until they start the draft.
Either can't take bumps or she's the greatest seller. Yeah. So Alexa versus Sasha.
I mean, there's a lot of things they could do here. I mean, they could do Ali versus Nakamura, but there's been no. I mean, nothing this week.
We haven't had this week yet.
Well, I mean,
we won't get this week till Friday.
But there's really been no mention of anything leading up to this, so it's like, I mean, they might do Ali versus Nakamura.
Maybe, maybe not. They'll announce all the matches 2 hours before the pay-per-view on Saturday or Sunday. That's
at the pre-show.
Yeah, on the pre-show. They'll announce all of those because that's what they do. She sold that simple cake by Sasha like it was Black Mass or something. Yeah, Alexa's, she does sell things very well, or maybe she's just a wimp. I mean, nobody knows. But Sasha versus Alexa with Becky on commentary. First, Nikki didn't come out with Alexa, which I was like, where's Nikki? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Where's Nikki?
Just so we can't do prediction videos.
I know! We can't do prediction videos.
Makes it tough.
If we only have 3 matches.
Yeah.
Like, somebody could get all 3 of those right, and then they're our new prediction champion, which it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Alexa did it better. That match was too fast.
The ending was stupid.
Again,
I don't like the fact that it was Alexa. I think she's one half of your tag team champions. They did the same thing to Nikki last week and or the week before that. I don't remember which.
Well, I think they're setting up.
I don't get it.
They're setting up them winning the titles, I think.
Sasha and Bayley?
Yeah.
But they can't do that if they're singles champions. I
don't think they're going to be singles champions.
At least not for long.
I have a theory on what's going to happen.
Okay, I too also have a theory.
Yes.
Because I've since changed my mind.
Didn't care for this match. I would agree.
It just, I don't know. Alexa really isn't.
It's just kind of repeating with different people what happened.
I don't get why it was Alexa.
Week.
I don't know why you couldn't have put somebody like Lacey Evans or Natalia or somebody else from somewhere, because it just.
Alexa got pyro. That's a big deal. Even AJ didn't get pyro. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I thought they'd have more with pyro.
Yeah, but they really didn't.
And they didn't.
Becky Sago, I'm sorry for the flash photography. Proved me wrong. Alexa got pyro, but not freaking AJ Styles. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, is I don't understand. I mean, they talked all this new set, new everything, new this, new that, and then you come out with,
use all of it.
The pyro, I was expecting a lot more than what they had.
I did think the pyro for Brock's entrance was cool, and his entrance needs it.
I wanted Cedric to beat AJ.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I have things to say about that. I'm gonna hold off because if I start talking about it now, I won't stop. So I'm gonna just hold that thought, Jordan. Hold that thought. We're gonna get there. So Sasha gets the win, and then after, Becky goes after her, and Sasha runs away. Becky gets on the mic, and she's like, Sasha, where are you going? Where are you going, bud? You're running away into the crowd, just like you always do. What's your problem, bro? I'm coming for you. Sasha's like, no, you're not. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to get you. Blah, 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 blah. And Becky's like, I'm coming for you. Coming for you. It's happening. Hell in a Cell, you're mine. Which I don't disagree with. I have since then changed my mind. I think there is a good possibility Sasha wins the title. I also feel like there is a good possibility that Becky retains. And she doesn't drop the title, and which, with all the theories of her going to SmackDown makes absolutely no sense. But
here's a thought.
She could lose it on Raw the next night.
Well, if she's going to SmackDown, they could make her look strong, have her beat Sasha, and then on if she's going to SmackDown, at SmackDown, she goes, "This is a worthless title. I'm getting rid of it," and then says, "I'm going after Charlotte."
For her SmackDown title?
Yes.
Oh, she'd want both. She would hold on to both. She wants to be Becky 2 belt again.
Well,
so
okay, but you can't be Becky 2 belts.
Which I understand that. So how would they? I don't know how they would do that though. So I feel like she almost has to drop the title.
So I think, you could drop the title. I think to have her look strong and to keep her strong,
Where was Michael Cole and Renee Young? They got new commentary teams, and it sucks.
Yes. I don't know. Give it a chance. You got to give it time.
Yeah, right now it sucks.
Let them see what they can do. Finn needs to come back and join the OC. Chaos, here's the issue I have. I don't get a sense that they're trying to push the whole OC thing.
Not now. I don't think they're going to push it until Finn gets back.
Well, and maybe once they go with, they do the split, then maybe they'll push it. But right now, I don't sense that they're really pushing anything with AJ and...
Maybe Finn comes back at the draft and they all get drafted to Raw or SmackDown or something, and they all stay together.
That's possible.
So I could see that happening.
Yeah, that's possible.
I could very well see that happening.
Yeah.
So, after this, we get a Seth promo. Seth is like...
By the way, for all of you that are watching us, thank you for stopping in. You add time to our channel. Even if you dislike us or like us, we really do not care. Because you are adding time to our channel.
Yes.
We appreciate it. A view to our channel, that makes it awesome for us.
Yes.
Thank you.
It really is.
I think Becky and Charlotte need to be away from each other for a while. I would agree, but if they're both going to go to SmackDown...
I agree and disagree, because I feel like they need each other.
I don't know.
I think they ultimately make each other better, and so, having them on the same brand, they don't always have to be involved in the same feud.
The problem you have
but
right now...
But it's something you can always go back to. If you don't have something in between a feud that Becky was in, and you need something to go in between, I think Charlotte is a good one to throw in there. And then they can have their feud for a month or something, and then Becky can go back to somebody who's ready, I think Charlotte's always a good one to just throw in there.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks, give me a whole yeah. Appreciate it.
Thanks so much. I think it's going to be Brock and Kofi 2 at Hell in a Cell. Yeah, if Brock doesn't win, he'll be like, I demand a rematch!
Well, I think so. It's I don't know.
New competition. I understand that, and I get that, but I feel like they should be on the same brand. Just for me personally.
Yeah.
I'd like them to be on the same brand. But that's just me.
That's... Again, I think they're trying to push SmackDown, so you're going to have your stronger team over there.
I agree. Which is where it would make sense if Ronda was coming back.
Yeah. Then
Ronda... There was talk about Ronda going.
Yeah, get ready, James, because I think Lacey's going to get a push after the
draft.
I
think she's going to stay on Raw.
I think so too, and I think that she's going to get a push.
Be pushed for the title because Becky's not going to be the title holder anymore.
I 100% agree.
And then they're going to put her as champ, which I will be fine with. I'll be cool with that. Everybody's going to be like, you want Lacey as champ? Sure. I think she'd be fine. As long as Becky's not there.
Yeah.
I just think the issue with Lacey in the first place is she hadn't trained, enough. And, it was obvious. And, they pushed her for 4 months against Becky. And so it was, old. And nobody wanted to see it.
She needed some time in the spotlight to give her a chance. I think Renee has advertised as a special guest. When she gets on the Tuesday Fox show, they may take her off. Yeah, which I don't understand. She's working one day a week, and she can't do SmackDown on Friday.
I don't know, man.
Too much work?
The only push that I will accept is her push to the PC.
Yeah.
Lacey needs to turn her gimmick a little more modern. I like her gimmick.
I kind of like her gimmick because it's something different.
I think it's cool. Lacey did some great character stuff in the match. I agree. She really did. She was cool as herself in those videos with Liv. Yeah, I think it's fine.
I like I think that her character, I like her character. I like what she does with it.
It's different.
It is.
And nobody...
James still will not be fine with her winning. I'm sorry, James.
It's different, and it's a character that is different, and nobody has a character like that, and so I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Now that she's not fighting Becky.
I like her character.
I think it's cool. I've grown
like
to
I said,
respect
it's something
her.
different, something that's
I don't have a problem with Lacey
not like
anymore.
other stuff, so it's pretty cool.
I agree. So anyway, Seth promo, he says Ray will not be here to compete tonight. So I'm going to have an open challenge for anybody who wants to step up and be man enough to fight me. You can have a Universal Championship match later in the evening. Okay, stop. Don't even say anything yet. We were sitting at the table, we're eating dinner, and we're watching Raw. And after this promo went off, I was like, shh, shh, Seth, shut up for a minute. Shh, quiet. And
she literally said that.
I did, and I turned the TV.
And I'm like, he can't hear you.
And then I turned the TV down, and I was like, Dad, this makes so much sense. They bring out, they say, you know, Rhea can't compete tonight, right? And Brock is here. Brock will take his place, and it'll be Seth versus Brock, and the Fiend will attack Brock. All right, I kid you not. This fool hops up from his chair at the table and goes, I'm going to tweet that. So he runs over to the cabinet, he grabs his phone, and he's like, and I'm sitting at the table, and I'm like, and he's like, and I'm like, no, stop. This is my idea. And he was like, I was thinking it. And I was like, but I said it first. So it was my idea. And he's like, tweeted it. And I'm like, you stole my tweet. You legit stole my tweet. I was about to hit the send button. And he was like, done. And I'm like,
keep in mind, she's the one that has her phone in her hand 24/7.
I was trying to type quickly. I was trying to write out my idea. And you were like, Fiend, Brock, attack, Ray, send. Like, I was like, no! That was my tweet! That was my idea! And then the funny part is you had people comment on it and like it. And I was like, that was my tweet. That was supposed to be my tweet.
You don't have to write a story to get a tweet out.
My tweet, guys! That was my tweet, and he stole it, and he's a jerkwad. You owe me $10.
In fact, we're not on Access TV at 8 p.m. Yes. We don't get Access TV, though, so I can't watch it.
Oh, yeah, we don't.
Yeah.
But you stole my tweet, and that's not very nice, and it was my idea, and you tweeted it, and you didn't even give me credit.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
And that was not cool.
Yeah.
Lacey is like Colonel Sanders' daughter or something.
She is. I can see that.
She's 50s.
That'd be cool.
No, it wouldn't. That would make me not like her character.
She could talk about finger looking good and all that stuff.
I like KFC.
So that's what's so annoying. Thought he would be much better champion, but he's so nerdy.
Yeah, especially against
he's
the
not
Fiend.
good. He's not good with the mic.
No, it's just they give him
I
too
think
much
that's
to
his big
say.
issue is he's not good with the mic.
I think part of the problem is they give him too much to say, and he doesn't remember it, and then it all comes out weird and wibbly wobbly.
But even if you tell him, hey, here, go out and cut a promo
say,
and
I'm the boss, he'll be like, boss,
just do your thing. I just don't think
he was better as a heel. I agree. I do like him better as a heel.
Yeah. Well, and I think as a heel, you don't have to say a lot.
No, he just came out, curb stomped people's heads in, and then walked out of the place.
I mean, being a heel is a lot easier.
Money in the Bank Seth Rollins. That is some of my favorite Seth Rollins. I don't know about anybody else, but I really, really like Money in the Bank Seth Rollins. When he turned.
It's because of his girlfriend. Hello, Molly.
Yeah, I can totally see that. Where I don't know if they could turn him heel now, just because of everything that they've done with him with Becky, and it's so out there. I don't know if you could turn him heel now. I don't think you can.
Well, I think you could.
Mr. Gleen, copyright infringement. See? I should sue the pants off of you.
Elijah, I got the tweet out first.
But it was my idea!
It's mine.
No, it was my idea! We're sitting at the table! And I was like, it was my idea! And you were like, I'm gonna tweet it. And I was like, no, you were not!
James, The Fiend is the biggest thing going in WWE right now.
Yeah, but I can totally see how they can't turn Seth heel now because of the stuff that they did with Becky. And it's so out there and everybody loves them.
Yeah. I mean, well, I think you could. I mean, I think that there's things you could do to make it work.
I suppose there is, but I don't know if it would go over well though. I mean, I guess it would because people want to see him.
Well, here's a question, and I just don't know
if it'll make sense.
I'll shoot this out to all of you. Is Becky a true face?
No, she's not a face or heel. She's a tweener. And when she needs to be mean and not very nice and kick people in the butt, she will.
That's what I'm saying.
But then she can turn around the next night and everybody loves her. It doesn't matter what she does. Everybody loves her.
James, we know you recorded it, and that's all you're watching.
It doesn't matter what she does.
So the thing
she could go and murder somebody, and people would still cheer for her.
But that's what I'm saying is, So Chaos, you're saying she's a face.
I can understand where she's a face. Yes, she's a face, but she can be a more aggressive face. A tweener is still face. Yeah. I mean, I get that.
Everyone loves the Fiend, but he's not a face. Well, everyone loves the Fiend except for James. And I don't see him as a face.
She's riding the line, but she is a face for sure. That's what I would say. She is...
Becky is anti-hero. Okay, that makes sense.
She's tough when she needs to be tough, and she can be mean when she needs to be mean. But at the end of the day, everybody loves her, and everybody goes back to this. And,
So, and here's the reason I asked. I'm going back to what Molly said. It's because of his girlfriend. I would, and maybe she can answer this. Do you, Molly, if you're still here, do you see Becky as being a face or a heel or neither?
I don't know.
Because I think that, you know, if she's seen as kind of being that in between, why couldn't they do that with Seth?
When Sasha
and then you don't
her,
have to.
Everyone was cheering. Why? Well, okay. Actually, you know what? I think part of the issue with Seth is he has said some stupid things over the last couple months, and that has made people not like him. So I don't think they could do the thing where they are trying to make him a face, but like heel type situation, you know, like a tweener. I don't know if you could do that to him just because of the fact that people don't like him at this moment in time. The reason they don't do it with Seth is he says all stupid, nerdy things.
You're right about the Fiend, but they could twist him. They can twist his Fiend into a face easily. All he has to do is exactly the same, but facey. I wonder, and that's what I'm saying is so when we're talking about faces and heels, it's a matter of who they're going after.
Yes.
Which is the thing with Becky. The better give Seth Rollins to say, oh, there's no doubt, but I think you have to be able to go out and you have to be able to get those lines out there and get them across and seem legitimate rather than you have to act.
But yeah, and I don't know if Seth can do that.
And Seth, I think, has issues with acting. At this moment in time,
I feel like it wasn't so bad before.
I agree.
But I think as it's gone on, like, it's just not as good. He doesn't carry the lines as well. Like, it almost doesn't sound like as natural. No, because who would Becky go against as a heel?
Well, here's my thoughts right now with the women's division. You're
right, because it doesn't matter who you put Becky up against. People are going to cheer for Becky no matter what because they like Becky.
Well, because of what they've developed with her. I mean,
yeah, I don't know if Becky is another one that I don't know if you could truly turn her heel because people are going to cheer for her no matter what. They don't have anybody that
but here's
they
the thought.
like
okay, I see heels
as much as Becky right now.
I see heels doing or faces doing heel things. Does that make them a face? No, I don't think so.
I think she did it herself. I agree. I don't think it was WWE that made
Becky
the people like
her.
her.
Here's the thing.
It was her and then going to Twitter and then doing this, that, and the other thing to put herself out there. It had nothing to do with what WWE was doing because there was a point in time where they were booking her like crap. Back at right after the Royal Rumble, they did all of her knee stuff. What carried her through that and made the fans still like her was the fact that she was on Twitter and she was putting herself out there.
Oops, wrong thing. Wonder if I can bring that back.
View deleted message, it says right there. You clicked the wrong button. Yeah, there you go. Sorry. Mark's Reviews. Hello, how's it going? You can... Yeah, it's fine. We can read it. It's the same.
Mark's Reviews said, and I accidentally hit it. Rousey gonna come back and beat her ass. Period. Let's be honest. Big matchup on Fox. Yeah,
I don't know if Rousey would beat her though, because I think there's a good possibility that Rousey would beat her, because she's Rousey. But I think if they really wanted to get Becky over and they really wanted to kind of close off that, I think Becky winning would be a good thing too. And it would put Becky over big time.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, everybody talks about Becky getting herself over.
But Becky doesn't really need to get over.
Here's a total thought on this. Becky got over because she accidentally got her nose broke.
Okay, stop. Stop right there.
I'm sorry.
Right there.
She got her nose broke. She stayed in character. She did her thing.
No!
And acted tough with blood running down her face.
Stop!
And that's why she got
Stop
over.
right here, okay? That got her over part of the way. She was already getting herself over before that because we had the whole situation with Charlotte at SummerSlam where nobody liked Charlotte. Give me a whole yeah. Boom. Right there. I think she was over before that. I agree.
She got over.
No. She was over before she got punched in the nose. Did not matter. It was that heel turn. When she slapped Charlotte across the face, nobody liked Charlotte. They were trying to turn Becky heel. It backfired, and everybody freaking loved it. And that was the beginning.
But the thing is, everybody knew that was going to happen.
No!
Yeah.
No!
Yeah.
Stop! Just stop. She was way over before that. Everybody agrees with me.
Let me ask you this.
You are so out of your mind.
Okay. And that's why they put her against Asuka with a knee injury on a pay-per-view at the beginning of the show.
Then she did 3 weeks of trying her best to be a heel. She's doing heel promos, but the crowd wouldn't let it happen because they loved it.
Thank you, Elijah.
The punch by Nia Jax just boosted it. I agree, it boosted it, but she was over before that. Turn around after we were supposed to get at Survivor Series Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch, the match that everybody wanted to see. That didn't happen because she accidentally got punched in the face. Turn around, you still want to do that before Ronda leaves? Well, guess what? We don't have a lot of time to do that. So we give Becky the SmackDown Women's Championship. You know, she's a SmackDown Women's Champion. She was supposed to fight Ronda. Didn't happen. She goes on. We got TLC. She loses her belt to Asuka. But not because it was her fault. Ronda came out and distracted her. She got pushed
Let's move
off
on, to be honest.
the chair or the ladder or whatever. And so she didn't win. Asuka did. Moral of the story. That happened. We go to Royal Rumble. She had to get beat by Asuka. So then she could therefore enter herself in the Royal Rumble match so we could get the match that we wanted to see most at WrestleMania, which was Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch. Turn around, they screwed Becky over, and they did the stupid knee thing. Now, how did Becky keep herself relevant? Twitter. She got herself over on Twitter. She showed up every now and again, beating people upside the head with crutches, and that helped too. Well, Charlotte gets added to the match. Woohoo! Nobody cares. Nobody likes Charlotte, and nobody wanted to see that. You bring Becky back, and everybody was like, woohoo! All the Becky fans in the world were happy again. Everybody was over Ronda because she had the championship for too long. Nobody wanted to see Charlotte, and Becky was the only thing that people actually liked. Now, I will agree with people when they say that match would not have main evented without Ronda Rousey. I agree with that, but nobody liked Ronda at that point. Then they did some weird heel turn with Ronda, and people really didn't like her. It made people like Becky more. And then Becky won. And where has Becky been ever since then? On top of the world. That was the Becky biography. The Becky story of the last 6 months to a year.
Are we done?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
We can move on now. Now that my point has been brought across that you are wrong, she was over before Breathe and Bow. Thank you to all the people that backed me up and said that she was over before, because she was.
I think you put export to sleep.
She was over before she got punched in the face. That did boost it, but that was not what got her over. Point blank.
All right. Whatever.
Breathe and bow. Yes. Thank you.
Bow down to the man.
Thank you. Thank you to everybody who backed me up. All right. You will forever be...
I was retracted by Twitter.
Oh, thanks. Oh boy. Okay, anyways. So we get the Raw Tag Team Championship match next. Didn't care for this. They did not take the belts off of Rude and Ziggler, so I didn't care. It was Heavy Machinery versus Dolphin Rude, for anybody that was wondering. It was, a match. I thought it was, decent, but, I just didn't care.
Hey, at least Heavy Machinery wasn't fighting jobbers.
I mean, that is right. At least they weren't.
So
that's
they were in a
good.
title match. They were in a match that meant something. Overall, I thought it was
But they
a
didn't
decent
win.
match.
So
No, they didn't. But
I guess they
I
are
think what's
not-
going to happen is you're going to see a Rude Dolph split, and they're going to set up
Rude's
something with them.
entrance looked amazing with the new lighting rig.
Definitely, I agree with that. And then they interrupted it with Ziggler's.
And it was. I was like, come on, guys.
And if you go back and watch the video,
It's so funny because his entrance video says steals the show.
yeah. And if you look, Rude kind of when it happened, Rude kind of turned and looked and was like,
Like, what is your problem?
Yeah.
I was in the middle of my glorious.
yeah.
And you interrupted me? What?
Which makes me think that maybe down the
Excuse
road
me?
they're going to split somehow.
Crazy man. So after that, we got Miz TV with Hogan, with Jimmy Hart, and Ric Flair. This segment was so excellent. So they essentially, the War Raider is the only team that makes sense to get the titles from Rude and Dolph. I agree.
I think they should.
Flair was on it tonight.
He was on something, I think.
It was not good. This guy, okay, so they announced that at the Saudi show we're getting Team Hogan versus Team Flair. And then after that, before they announced that, we got Miz TV. Miz is sitting in the middle of this, and they have, Hogan and Flair, and they're, face-to-face. They're like, oh, well, something about...
Mrs. Pyro. Yeah.
I did think that was really cool,
Yeah.
where it was, raining. I thought that was so
thought it
cool.
was
I was
cool.
like, bro, don't get your
Definitely.
coat. Don't have your coat catch on fire.
The Fiend.
That would suck.
How you doing, Matt? The Fiend popping up on every commercial on NBC and Fox is awesome. Yes,
It is really, really cool.
it is crazy.
So, Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan were, face to face, and he was like, oh, brother, I'm not going to stand here and listen to this, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, Ric Flair, you sound really angry. Are you legitimately angry? And then he started talking about money, and I was like, no, he's probably legitimately angry. Jeez.
I think Shayna loses to Candice Wednesday night. Then on Sunday, Hell in a Cell, Shayna shows up on cuss Becky or Sasha. Then at Survivor Series, Shayna versus Becky. I think that'd be cool.
I could see that happening, yeah. I kind of want to touch on NXT stuff at the end. Just kind of, give a preview.
I've been kind of
because
thinking
that'll be the next show.
They were going to move Shayna up for a while.
So since when did Flair win a 17th World Championship? Good question. I was asking that same question. I was like,
Get Hogan off my TV.
graphic is 17 and not 16. I don't know when he won the 17th championship. Maybe it was the 24/7 championship.
That's the funny thing is they they announced 16-time champion.
funny
And
thing
then
is-
this graphic says 17-time.
The funny thing is that I'm almost positive that R-Truth is a 17-time 24/7 champion, and so
who
they're
knows?
like,
I lost track.
we got to keep it. We got to keep moving Rick's number up, even though he's not winning championships, because he still has to be the highest, reigning.
Yeah.
This is how many. He's the top dog.
Rick is straight pissed. He even told Miz to not change this comedy. I know.
18
It's 18 times.
18 times. Well,
See?
see, they had to just move Flair up there a notch. They were like, he needs to be second place,
Yeah.
not third. So we need to move him up there. But no, he did. He looked straight up mad, and Miz started talking, but then he was like what?
Yeah, he's 25 or something like that, isn't he? Or 26?
Who?
Rick.
For what?
For his championships.
No,
World
he's
championships.
16 time.
No, he's won more than that.
He's just, they
If you go back and
they
look throughout his
marketed-
history
well,
as
it might be,
world
but yeah.
champion,
Well,
he's
they
done
might-
more than that.
Well, okay, I get
And
what
that's
you're
just it. I mean, it depends,
It depends on what you count. Well, they always market him as the 16-time World Heavyweight Champion, and then nobody has since then beat the record. John Cena is the only one that has come close.
Yeah.
And so they always market it. It's WWE's marketing. Yeah, I got that. See, it took me a minute to... Yeah, got it.
So why did WWE spoil the outcome to the main event of Hell in a Cell with these... no clue.
I really thought they were about to say Hogan versus Flair at Crown Jewel. God, no. I said the same thing. I was like... No, what are they building to? What are they building to? Are we getting Hogan versus Flair at Crown Jewel? Ric Flair is 95 years old, and Hogan is 60, and they're gonna break each other's bones. Ric Flair's gonna break in half. He has a heart condition, guys. What are we doing?
That's what I thought they were going to do too, Mark.
I really thought that's what they built. Well, I almost thought that they were gonna do something at Hell in a Cell. They were like, oh, we're gonna add another match to Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, and then I thought about the Crown Jewel, and I was like, What are they doing?
Yeah, Mark, I had the same idea. I was like, what are they doing here?
Versus Flair?
Ric Flair's going to have a heart attack if they have a match. And then they switched it up, and it's going to be my team versus your team.
Hogan versus Flair in a walker match. All right, let's see who can get down
How
to the
about
end
a
of the
stretcher
hallway.
match? Because Ric Flair could have a heart attack.
And he's going to have to be taken out on the stretcher.
Yeah.
No, that's what I thought at
They're going to
first.
thumb wrestle.
That was the plan. Either thumb wrestling match.
I was hoping the Fiend would show up and do a double claw on Flair and Hogan. I think that would have been cool.
I did too.
Lawler has had more world championship runs. Yes, definitely.
I
think The Rock puts over
Bray
Bray
on
SD.
SmackDown.
Yes.
I think that would be really, really good.
I think I would not be shocked by that.
I would love that.
I would almost 100% say that's probably going to happen.
Speaking of Hell in a Cell, it's this Sunday, and there are only 3 matches on the card.
Yes,
yeah,
Matt.
We had a whole conversation about that a little bit ago, and
We have
I
been
don't
talking
get
about
it.
that.
I don't get it. Why are you? That's not even a pay-per-view.
No.
Like, you can't just have 3 matches.
No.
You just can't do it. So they have this whole announcement for Team Hogan versus Team Flair. And then, like, Miz says something to him. He's like, oh, yeah, Rick, something about this. And he was like, huh?
It's like Rick went deaf.
All right, hold on. Okay, so there should be a rule in place that if you can't hear the person that is this close to you, you shouldn't be in the ring cutting promos anymore.
No.
Like, oh. Also, screw Survivor Series, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm okay with the 5-on-5 match. I mean, I think it'll be fine, but like,
Well, it's all because of the Saudi stuff. I mean,
that's it. They just want to have big names over there.
I want to. How much did Saudi Arabia pay them?
Probably a lot of money. Like
They're gonna have Elias versus Gable and also Leo Rush versus Gulak. Oh, well, that'll be exciting.
Have they been announced yet? They should pre-record Flair's voice and he could mime.
That'd be
totally.
funny.
At
Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, if they've announced it, yeah, cool.
Elias
I'd be
versus
fine
Gable
with that.
makes sense, sort of, since they started to
Kind
of build that.
Kind of, sort of, maybe.
And Rush versus Gulak makes sense just because you have a cruiserweight match in there.
Well, speaking of cruiserweights, real quick, they are moving the cruiserweights to after SmackDown. Like on Fridays.
Undertaker versus Sting will be confirmed for the Saudi show because Vince wants it. Yeah, I think that's probably going to happen.
And
Although,
I don't get it.
probably. Elias and Gable is a great shout, Mark. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, so like they're moving the cruiserweights to after.
The only thing with Elias and Gable, I just wish they would have done more.
Well, they've built
with it.
up. I mean, they've built up enough. I think.
Well, what did he do? Come out and sing a song?
Well, he did, but like they
have they done anything else?
No,
with
but they didn't get their match at King of the Ring because Shane took his place. So they have that. Leo Rush won a title match, and Elias came on the screen last week to start a feud. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I just wish there was like more build up.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
After tonight, I don't see Braun showing up on Sunday. No.
Yeah.
I think Taker will interfere in the Fiend and Seth match.
That could be fun.
He might.
They will do more tomorrow night. Well,
That'd be
tomorrow
interesting
night.
if they did that.
It'll be Friday. Fiend took out his brother.
Yeah, Friday night.
Yeah, he did. So cruiserweights, they are moving them to after SmackDown on Fridays.
Yeah.
Dumbest move they could possibly do. If I was a normal person, okay, I don't watch 205 Live after SmackDown anyways, just because we generally come on to do our show. And I watch it after the fact. But putting it on after SmackDown on a Friday night is not going to end well. Nobody's going to watch it.
Definitely, Marks. I have to get used to the days, too.
Like, does anybody else think that's just a dumb move to move 205 Live to after SmackDown on Fridays?
Well,
Is that just me? Because I think it's stupid. Nobody's going to watch it.
Well, that's just it. I think does anybody watch it now, though?
I feel like there are some
How you doing,
people
Anthony?
that watch it. I feel like there are... Yeah, hi, Anthony. How's it going? I feel like there are some people that watch it, but I really feel like nobody's going to watch it now because it's going to be after SmackDown on a Friday night.
Yeah. I think it makes it tough. I think it's one of those things that...
I honestly think that what they should have done is just combine them with NXT.
Okay, I want both of you guys separately to do Fantasy Book. You're John Morrison WWE? Did they do it on Fox or in Hell in a Cell?
I'm indifferent.
If I was them, I would do it.
Mixed it with NXT for reals, yeah.
I would say do it at... Yeah, that's a good question.
See, I don't even know where to put John Morrison, though. Because I think he should be used in, like, the Universal WWE Championship spotlight. Like, he deserves that.
Yeah.
The big-time championship, not some mid-card title. Because that's, like, what he was given when he was first in WWE, and I just don't think it's cool. And he's done so much outside of it that he's, like, a big-time player. And so, I think he needs to be involved somehow in that. I just don't know if it would go better at...
I think you have to do it on Fox.
I agree.
Simply because...
I think they need to put him on Fox. But the thing is, kind of going to a little bit later in the show, they had a... John Morrison to feud with Gargano and NXT, guys. That could be good.
That'd be interesting.
That could be real good. But they had a limo show up, and we never actually saw who came out of the limo. Lots of people would assume that it would have been Lana and Lashley. But I don't know. We didn't see who came out of the limo, so I could totally see it not being them.
How you doing, J. Ray? I thought that I'd seen somewhere where they were going to combine 205 with NXT.
That's what I saw, too. And I feel like Triple H said something about that.
Yeah.
He said they weren't getting rid of the brand, but he said that the Cruiserweights would be moved to NXT.
Yeah, that's what I kind of thought was going to happen with that.
Yeah.
Apparently, they've kind of scrapped that idea.
Yeah.
Anyway, going back to the question that Mark's Reviews puts up here.
Where would we finish?
I would say you debut John Morrison. If you're going to debut him on anything, debut him on Fox.
I would also say that
just because right now Hell in a Cell looks like kind of a
trash
week,
and I don't really know where you would put him. About the only spot would be the Universal Championship match, which I don't see him getting involved with. So honestly, I think Fox would go over better.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
John Morrison kind of turned into a goofball when he was in Impact, don't you think? He doesn't have many cool points with me anymore.
Yeah, I can understand that.
I think one of the issues you have is
I just think that he's like a big name that they have signed.
Well, I think it's all what you do with a character.
Like it's
and what you're asked to do with a character.
I almost think it would be better to put him in like a big spot, and use him.
Imagine if Morrison was on Lashley tonight. Yes. If anything, it'll be Braun versus Bray for the title. Again, I don't want to see Bray win the title, but he's going to, because I don't think he needs it.
Yeah, we all know he's going to. 100%, we all know.
I understand why they're doing it.
Yeah.
But I think it's dumb because I think it hurts him more than helps him.
Yeah.
In the long run.
I get that. So, anyways, finishing the Miz TV segment thing, we get told that the team captain for Hogan's team is Seth, and the team captain for Flair's team is Randy Orton, and then they will get to pick their respective teammates. Randy then challenges Seth to a match, and that doesn't happen because Corbin comes out, and he attacks Seth, and then Rusev comes out to save Seth's butt. Where this kind of sets up stuff for later in the evening, where we get next a Rusev interview backstage where he said he gets asked about where Lana is and what's happening with Lana, and he just doesn't answer. And then he gets asked about Seth, and he's like, oh, yeah, he's a wimp and a baby, and I had to go save his butt. He couldn't fight off two people. And he said that he challenged Seth or he's going to accept the open challenge that he's putting out for the Universal Championship later in the evening.
I didn't understand this whole segment.
I didn't either. I was like, why Rusev? What did he do? I mean, it's like good for him because it's like a Universal Championship match, but like, why?
Well, take it off Seth when he beat Brock so strongly for the title. It's a really weird booking situation. Bray doesn't need the title. That's why I think Taker is interfering. It makes sense that you have Taker interfering. Because then it's, I think there's two things it does.
Well, but like,
I think there's two things it does.
Is like, it's a Hell in a Cell match, so I don't know how that would work.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's because you have the Taker come in and somehow, like, just take out Seth. Maybe he takes out, I don't know.
Maybe that's just the way they end the show, I suppose. Like, Seth is just laying there, like some sort of situation like a Mankind Undertaker through the top of the cage into the ring situation, something like that. Like, crazy.
I don't know.
Where, like, I don't know. It's just be
but which
weird.
character will Morrison use? That's a good question, James.
Who knows? I mean, he has a lot in his arsenal that he can go through and, like,
and which is why I said it depends on how they book the character.
Yeah.
Brock is beating Kofi.
I think there's a good slight possibility, maybe kind of sort of chance, that Kofi could win. If somebody could, Taker chokeslams Fiend into the ring and show, I think that'd be a good ending, too.
That'd be interesting.
He doesn't take out, Seth. He takes out,
Yeah.
This is WWE. It hasn't stopped them before. Yeah.
Anthony, she was fooling around with Lashley. Yes, apparently. Good thing we had a build up to this.
Yeah, so after we have the Seth Rusev interview business, we have an AOP video. I want to see them get in the ring.
Good thing we have another video.
I really want to see them get in the ring.
Yeah, agreed.
I really want to see them get in the ring.
Well, again, it's one of those things where they do nothing with their talent other than just shoot videos.
Yeah.
Unless they're waiting to bring AOP out when they do the split.
They might be. They might just wait
sense.
another week because they don't want to put them on a specific
And this way they at least get
because
them out there.
That would be why they've been
back.
showing their videos on both shows.
Yeah.
Because they don't know where they're going to set them yet. I think in an interview
Triple H said about AEW that they won't
succeed.
James, I think AEW needs to succeed. I think it's good for business. I think that's part of why you have NXT in the spot it's in, being put out on network TV, because they knew it could compete with AEW. So I just think that, it's good for business to have AEW out there on, where people are going to see it and not have any issues seeing it for the most part.
I love what they're doing with them. I agree. I like what they're doing with AOP. I like the videos. I just want them to get in the ring. I want to see them wrestle again because I really like AOP. So I understand. I think I kind of understand why they're doing it is just because the draft is in a week and they don't really want to put them out there on a certain brand if they're just going to take them away.
Yeah.
So I can understand why they're doing it.
I don't want Taker versus Fiend. If you say it's too early for Bray to win the title, then it's to do Fiend versus Taker.
I disagree.
I think the Taker can just say, "Hey, I come out to
Taker versus Fiend at any point in time you want to."
And I don't necessarily think that you need to. I don't think you necessarily have to have a Fiend versus Taker. I think it just could be, I'm going to attack you and I'm going to attack you, just back and forth with the attacks.
I don't know. The Saudi Prince will disagree, brother. Yeah, man, Taker versus Fiend, it's too early as well, but you could be built for WrestleMania, not a Saudi show. Yeah. The Saudi Prince wants Taker versus Sting. Honestly, I think the Saudi Prince wants anything that involves a legend, so it doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah.
They just want some old school person, because that's what people want to see.
Yeah, pretty much. Look at the match they put together here in this week. Because they knew they couldn't get Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair in the ring, so what'd they do? Hey, could you guys put together a team?
It's a way out of a bad booking situation. Yeah.
I'll be watching AEW and NXT on 2 TVs.
We will too! We're going to watch it on 2 TVs at the same time. The Saudi Prince one and Yokozuna. That's what I saw. I read a whole bunch of stuff where you're like, I
saw that too.
We want Yokozuna, we want Eddie Guerrero, we want Macho Man, and I don't know who had to break the news to them, they're all dead.
Retirement doesn't exist. Neither does death. It's not just retirement. If you're dead, it doesn't matter.
We want you anyway.
The Saudi Arabian prince wants you.
Oh, jeez. That is so funny. Oh, I know. He was like, it was so stupid that he was like.
That's why you had a single guy in the greatest Royal Rumble. Yeah.
That is so funny. Jeez. If they don't do Sting versus Taker at Saudi, then why is Sting going to be on SD when he has zero ties to the SmackDown brand? Just because he's a legend and they can put him out there and he'll draw money.
Yeah, I agree.
That's it. It doesn't matter if he's from SmackDown or not. It really doesn't matter. So, we can't use that as an excuse. Because they're going to use him anyways.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I refuse to watch that Saudi show. I can get that. I can understand that. A lot of people don't watch it. Now,
James, we're going to watch it, and then you watch our show and we'll tell you what happened.
Is
Sting advertised to be
on SD?
Yes.
Or
I believe so.
Sid. Boy, oh boy, that makes me think of Sid.
I'm pretty sure that I'd seen where... Isn't he supposed to be on it?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. I had seen where he was supposed to, yes.
So it should be fun.
Yeah.
It should be really
It'll
fun.
be interesting.
So the next thing after the AOP video we get is Viking Raiders versus OC. This was a match, I suppose. I thought it was good. OC got a jobber entrance. That just completely sucks. I won't be shocked if some legend dies there, and we will still have like 8 years of these events.
That's just because they'll be like 85 and they still have them coming over to wrestle over there.
No, exactly. They have Ric Flair. They're like, oh, let's put Ric Flair in the ring, and he's like a heart condition, and he just like drops over dead in the ring, has a heart attack, and he's like, everybody's like, woo! And like, everybody's like,
yeah. See? Give me hell yeah. It's like wooing already.
No women's matches. Yeah, they don't do the women's matches over there. They tried to do a women's match at, hopefully they don't have a long ramp for Flair. Hopefully not.
Or like I said, they have a stretcher and they can just wheel him down on her.
I'm telling you, Taker will come out and say rest in peace and then leave and won't be back till after Hell in a Cell. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Or give him a stroller. A stroller could
there we
work
are.
too.
A stroller works.
No, but they tried to set up a women's match for the Saudi show. They brought Alexa and Natalya with them last time, but they didn't clear it.
Yeah, which is stupid.
It didn't get cleared, so they went for no reason.
Yeah.
So, they tried to, but it just didn't work. And I think they're going to continue trying until they push it through.
Well,
but
women can drive over there now, so...
I don't think they're going to push it through.
They may eventually.
I mean, they might if they get desperate enough, and they're like, well, we can't get Eddie Guerrero or Macho Man or Yokozuna or anybody else who we want, so fine, let the women wrestle.
Yeah.
Like, come on, all we wanted was an Eddie Guerrero match. I can't believe you. Like, seriously? Come on. Why can't you give us Eddie Guerrero?
And in my opinion, they're shorting the women's matches on 3-hour show, really. Yeah. Women can drive, so they're only 100 years behind. That's right. See?
Absolutely.
But they've made progress.
I mean, they have, so they could clear, the women to be able to wrestle sometime in the next 10 years. By that time, they'll have their contract up, and, they'll be like, no, wait, sign another one.
Yeah.
And then we'll have to sit through that for another 30 years.
It's all about the money.
Vince McMahon and his money.
That's what it's about.
It's stupid. So yeah, Viking Raiders versus OC. OC got a jobber entrance. Sucks for them. Viking Raiders are being focused on more. Viking Raiders get the win, which is the right move, and that sounded like a good plan.
Well, I agree with that, but they've kind of dumped on OC.
They really have.
The whole OC idea is
just kind
been
of gone.
dumped on the last couple weeks.
Yeah. So after that, we got a Cesaro and Ricochet promo where they're talking backstage, and Cesaro is bad-mouthing Ray. And Ricochet was like, you were not going to do that. Go fight me, bro. And so they had a match next, Ricochet versus Cesaro. This is a really short match. Ricochet ended up getting the win. It really didn't mean anything.
Again, a good match. I just didn't think the match meant anything. I think WWE will do the same finish. They have been doing it at house shows for the Fiend Rollins match. The only difference is the ref can not call the match off or call a count of 5 count. Yeah.
It's all about
the money. If they will pay them, it's going to happen no matter what. Yes, I agree.
What is Cesaro wearing?
What is Cesaro wearing? Good question.
I don't know what those pants were.
No clue.
Not a clue at all.
No idea.
Also, I'm so glad Brock murdered Ray's son.
I don't like.
Awesome.
I didn't like the way it
I
started.
just didn't see a reason
I don't know what the
for
point
it.
was.
There was no reason. There was no point, and I didn't get it.
How was Raw? Lil Fetchini.
I thought it was pretty good.
By the way, how you doing, Lil Fetchini?
Yeah, yo, what's up?
It was okay. I thought the matches were good, but I felt that adding storylines to anything really wasn't there.
Yeah.
With that, Vince won't be around in 30 years. James, you never know how long Vince is going to be around.
Now that we say that, he's going to live for another 50.
Cesaro is on a point where he doesn't care about anything anymore. Why should he?
Pretty much. He used to come out and he did that thing where he pulls his pants off and they Velcro or whatever. He used to do that, and now he's like,
I like the death of Walter's son.
Well, if we look at it that way, then yeah, sure. I liked it too.
How you doing, Darian? What do you think of Lana turning on? Again, I was cool with the whole concept idea. I just wish they would have built it up.
I thought it was interesting, and I thought it was different. It was kind of unexpected, so to speak, with the fact that Bobby Lashley was used. And that is what he came back with because nobody was really... It was just odd, and nobody really expected Lashley to be the person.
Well, there was no build-up to any of it. I mean,
well,
there was nothing...
and I understand that, and I get that. But it's a new storyline that they've started to make, and hopefully we build on this, and we kind of get a reason as to why, Lana did turn.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get something like that over the next week or so. So it should be interesting.
Anthony set up a heel turn. The Son will blame. We've talked about this, a heel turn and having Dominic and Rey fight each other.
Yeah.
Brock now we've talked about it a couple different times, I think.
Brock now has heat and will get booed when he beats Kofi on SmackDown instead of getting cheered. He's gonna get booed whether he beats Kofi or not. That doesn't matter. Like, he's gonna get booed anyways. I don't know what it's gonna take to get, like, people just don't get that.
Yeah.
Walter versus Rey. Dream match. No. Walter versus Rey for the custody of Dominic. Even though Dominic doesn't need to have custody anymore. He's old enough to take care of himself. He's 22 years old. No. It has to be, if we're going to do that match, it has to be for the custody of Dominic. Has to. Come on, give me a whole yeah.
He wakes up in the morning.
Come on.
And he'll be like, I'll be wrestling with my shorts tonight.
It's so funny. Brock got cheers when he came out tonight and was booed by the end of the segment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't... If there were cheers, they were very minimal. And there weren't that many. And then he got booed. Because Brock is going to get booed no matter what you do. It doesn't matter. Nobody likes him. He holds the championships hostage, and he doesn't put in the work.
Well, again, I think if he comes in and he actually wrestles or is at the shows, I think that he would get more respect. I would respect him a lot more if he did it that way.
I would too. Not by much, but I would. He's already worn off his welcome.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big issue is just the fact that he doesn't.
He has not showed up for years. And if it doesn't work, if Fox is not letting Brock sit at home, then he won't be champion for very long.
Well, it makes sense because I've said
because I just don't see Brock with his personality and the way he's done things over the last 10 years.
Well, if
he will not show up every week to be on the show like every other person will. He won't do it.
I've said this before, and I don't know if Chaos is here because I know we talked about it. And Brock doesn't do anything for Fox if he's at home. If he's not on the show, he does nothing for Fox. All he does is the pay-per-views. And that has nothing to do with Fox.
That's the issue I have with him, is that he's never there and he doesn't do anything. So when he shows up once in a blue moon, okay, that might spike ratings just a little bit, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't help you the rest of the time for every other week that he's not there. And then we have, it's the last week and then we have a pay-per-view this weekend. Okay, cool, you have a spike in ratings again, but then everything just goes back downhill because he's not there.
Which is why I don't think that it works out. I mean, that's why if I'm Fox, I'm going, hey, he has to be here.
And if he doesn't want to apply to that, then you don't put the belt on him and you let him you say to him, okay, fine, then go. You don't want to be here full time, then you can be champion for a week and you can drop it to somebody and then you can get your butt out of here because we don't want you.
He has to be on. If he's not on, then if I'm Fox, I'm going, we want another big name and we'll put some other big name on here.
Fox is paying
I'm going to catch heat. However, I still like Brock. Again, I'm cool with Brock as long as he shows up.
I'm not.
If he doesn't show up, then I have an issue.
Fox is paying all this money to have Brock on the show. He will be on the show.
I agree.
That I have to see. I'm not holding my breath.
I think Fox is the boss here over WWE when it comes to SmackDown. I would 100% agree.
Yeah.
Although I don't think that they can be the boss to a certain extent. Because I don't think
there are going to be some things that that Vince.
I don't think that they can just say, okay, we're gonna take all the Raw talent and all your big names are gonna be off of Raw, and then they kill Raw. I don't think that's gonna happen.
No, but Raw is definitely becoming the B show.
Well, I agree.
It used to be considered the A show, and it will no longer be that.
I agree with that.
Based upon the fact that they have jacked up the commentary team.
I don't think you have to have an A or B show. I think you just have to. Well, the whole Fox thing, I think you have to have the good commentary going into the show.
Well, I think you do too, but
so I don't think you have a lot of options.
With Raw, well, they could have done something else.
Fox wants the Fiend.
Yeah, so I've heard.
Yes,
that's what I've heard.
That too.
So, anyways, after the Ricochet Cesaro stuff, we get Firefly Fun House. And for the people who think Bray is being dropped at SmackDown, they're insane. he's not going to SmackDown.
I don't think he'll go to SmackDown, but I've seen where Fox wants him.
Yeah, he can't. So Firefly Fun House, we go there, and all the puppets are completely scared to death. So much so that Ramblin' Rabbit dies for the third time. R.I.P. Ramblin' Rabbit. May you rest in peace. We love you. He was scared to death. Legit scared to death. And he just died. Right there on the table. Bray comes out, and he's like, "Oh, Ramblin' Rabbit, are you okay? Are you okay?" He's dead. Like an insane freaking maniac. And they're all scared about the Hell in a Cell match between The Fiend and Seth. And Bray says, "I'm scared too. I'm so scared too." And Bray says that he's going to go talk to The Fiend and tell him to be nice to Seth. And he walks out, and he leaves, and he comes back, and he's like, "Just kidding. Bye, kids." And so that was that.
Ramblin' Rabbit will be back next week.
But the thing is, if they keep bringing back Hogan and Flair, they can keep bringing back Ramblin' Rabbit. I agree.
That's funny.
He's died 3 times already.
Well, Flair's died, how many times?
I don't
Or
know.
been on his deathbed twice?
3 times?
Yeah, something
It's
like
almost as much as Ramblin' Rabbit. I think they can bring him back a 4th time.
So it's going to be Kenny from South Park now when he dies, I guess. Yes.
Liv Morgan's laugh was heard again. Yeah, Liv Morgan, her, what happened to the black picture frame from last week's Funhouse? It was the one that they put Kane in, I believe.
Yeah, I think so, but I don't remember.
But I could be wrong. They might have gotten rid of that because Liv Morgan is now there. She's out of the picture frame. She's hanging out, but they're not showing her yet.
Yeah.
So you could hear her laugh. I
So
heard
here's
it
the question.
at least twice.
When does she make her
Hell in a Cell.
return? So who's she going to attack?
She's going to help Bray.
Is she going to help Bray, or is she going to attack one of the women?
I think she's going to help Bray. I think she's going to be underneath the ring, and she's just going to show up, and it's going to scare Seth half to death. He's going to pee his pants. And he's just going to be like... And, like, then Bray...
I'll have to go back and watch it, Matt, and see what's Liv chokeslams Taker.
Kane was already there when Bray put it up. Maybe it was. Maybe the picture frame did disappear.
Leave the Tool, the Fiend, and his stupid Funhouse on Raw, or better yet, burn it to the ground.
I'm sorry, James. We can't do that. That's the
James.
moneymaker. That's the moneymaker for Raw. That's the one thing they have going for them.
We like the Fiend, James.
If they lose everybody to SmackDown, that's the one thing that they have going for them. It's the Fiend and the Firefly Fun House.
Yes.
So,
I would
we have
agree.
that. So, that happened. After that, we got Cedric versus AJ for the U.S. title once again. All right, I have issues with this. If you're going to continuously keep putting Cedric in the match against AJ, who is your U.S. champion, and they are title matches, and you are putting Cedric in them, and he's been in at least 3 in the last month. That does not work for me when he has lost 3 consecutive times. No. No. That doesn't work. I don't like that. It's ridiculous. And it should not be happening. Don't put him in U.S. title matches then. If the rumors are true about Vince not liking Cedric, and this is what he does with him, that doesn't work for me. That doesn't work with me. That doesn't work for me at all. Here, I got it. It's right here. Let me find it. I don't get it. Does anybody else feel that way? Like, why put Cedric in the matches then? If you're just going to continuously have him lose.
Cedric Alexander is a loser like the OC. Not quite a rant, give me a whole yeah. It was close. It was close.
There's the Fiend.
That's pretty cool.
I think that could be cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
I said maybe something
Yeah,
about living
that's pretty cool. That's
Yep. I got it.
I like the way that looks.
It's
It's kind of interesting how they're kind of tying that in.
Yeah, it is very, very cool that they are, tying stuff together.
Oh, there's no doubt Cedric deserves better, but it's one of those things that I don't think he's going to go push.
And
as
if
far
the
as
stuff
winning a
is
title.
true, if the stuff is true about Vince not liking him, like, you can't do that to your talent. If you don't like somebody, you can't completely bury them on TV just because you don't like them.
Well, it's not that he's burying him; he's put him in title matches. But he always has him.
But he has him lose. And he's lost. That's like all the matches that Cedric has been in recently, though. And he's lost every single one of them.
Yeah. At least it wasn't a squash. Yeah, I agree. Liv Morgan can be the Harley Quinn to the teens. Yes, definitely.
Which, like, doesn't work for me. So,
No.
AJ retains once again. After that, we got Lacey versus Natalya. I did think this was a very good match.
Yes.
Pretty much for the most part. Lacey is...
Even though we've seen it 212 times.
Well, I mean, yeah. Lacey is getting better in the ring. She needed to win this match, in which she did. She ended up raking Natalya's eyes, and then she did, like, the dirty pin where she, like, pulled the tights.
Well, here's the thought on this.
But, like, the funny thing is, like, Natalya doesn't have tights to pull because it's a full bodysuit.
Yeah.
And so she's like...
I wonder...
It was so funny, and everybody on Twitter was like, dude.
Luchasaurus revealed on Talk is Jericho that when he was in FCW under the name Judas Devlin, Bray Wyatt told him, I love this name, man, this is cool, and he wanted him to be part of the Wyatts.
Oh, that's cool.
That would have been cool.
That would have been super cool.
Definitely. So here's the thought on this Lacey Natalya like feud thing. I wonder if they didn't have like a bunch of matches between the two of them to help Lacey out.
That was my thought process behind this. That's why.
I agree, export, but like I just
That's
said,
why they're doing this.
because I said the same thing, and then I got to thinking maybe they are doing
They've
this.
had so many matches together
help
that
Lacey
I think
out.
it has ultimately helped Lacey because she's working with somebody that she's familiar with, and that she's had so many matches with her. She's had matches with her on Main Event, and she's had matches with her on Raw the last couple weeks, and they have been working together. So, like, say the Fiend 10 times you get Lacey versus Natty.
Bray
No.
just likes him, sees talent. Yes, I agree. Liv may show up at the Hell in Cell. I was thinking either that or at when they have the split.
They will be on the house shows, I assume. Yeah, I would assume so too,
Yes.
that Lacey and Natty have worked together so much that I think it's probably better to keep her with Natty for now, just to continue to get her to be better in the ring.
Yeah.
And I think it is helping her. I
Right.
really think it is.
Well, that's what I said. Is I wonder if that's not why they did it.
and I
just to
think it
help
was
her
a
out.
good. I think it was a good choice.
Yeah.
See, this is where there were reports right before Lacey did her Becky feud. There were reports that her first feud was going to be with Natalya. I wonder if after WrestleMania, because they were like, okay, we're going to do Sasha versus Becky at the next pay-per-view leading into SummerSlam, or whatever the pay-per-views were after that, after WrestleMania. And then Sasha was like, no, sorry, I need to go deal with my health. I can't be here right now. And they were like, okay, cool. What are we going to do now? We don't have a backup plan. Oh, I got it. Let's scratch the Natalya-Lacey feud for now, and let's do Lacey versus Becky, because Lacey's here. She's new. She's different. She's not Sasha.
Yeah.
And so they just threw her in that situation head first. You know, let's throw you into the water. You don't know how to swim. Figure it out. And then that went on for 4 months till Sasha finally was like, okay, I'm getting ready to come back. They did the Natalya thing for a month, and then Sasha returned. And then they went back to the Natty and Lacey feud.
Well, again,
That's what I wonder if what happened, just because of Sasha's health kind of got in the way. And she was ultimately supposed to be the next challenger for Becky.
Bray does have a new Wyatt family. It has to be. Yes, I would agree. It has to be all new members. Old members, I don't think work out. In fact, I think they could terrorize the old members.
I think that would be fun.
I think it'd make it interesting. Sarah Logan deserves that spotlight more than the stupid, no talent Lacey.
Lacey has talent.
I think Lacey has talent. I think she just needs to work, and I think she's gotten better in the ring.
I think she is working, and she is getting better.
Definitely.
100%. I used to trash on her. She was so bad.
Yeah.
It just wasn't good. But she really has improved a lot, and props to her because she needed it, and she, she worked and she got better.
Yeah.
And you can see it. And you can tell.
Yeah, I agree. Wasn't there room prior to Clash of Champions that Braun was dealing with an injury and the Fiend Manuel clawed Braun to write him off TV?
Well, I didn't hear any rumors about that, but I could totally see that being accurate.
Yeah. I think there was a rumor out there.
I don't remember seeing anything, but maybe you did. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
But that could totally make a lot of sense. So after the Lacey and Natalya match, we got a Paul Heyman interview. He says, I apologize to Ray and his family, but you shouldn't be mad at me and Brock. You should be mad at Vince for letting me book Brock on the show when he knew he was in fighting mode because he has a championship match on Friday. Now, when we walk out of here on Friday, he will be the reigning, defending, undisputed WWE World Heavyweight Champion of the World. Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
He did that thing, and it was just kind of like bleh.
Braun is always getting injured. Yeah, I would agree. Are you okay?
I'm fine. Yes, I'm talking about Lacey, and I like Lacey. Is that a problem? Paul Heyman is amazing on the
Definitely amazing on the
I will
mic.
say I did.
Which is why he is the spokesperson for the undisputed
did.
world WWE heavyweight champion of the world.
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
See, that was my Seth Rollins impersonation of Paul Heyman. Because when he did it, he was like,
Yeah.
and it was so dumb.
In my opinion, Lacey is still trash.
Okay, then.
She's getting better, James.
Okay,
She's
then.
getting better.
Okay, then.
She's going to be a champion soon.
Okay, then you just got to deal with it.
Yes. Then we have the Maria interview.
She gets asked about Rusev, and she's like, Rusev is not the father.
It's Bobby Lashley.
And then Sasha shows up, and she takes the mic, and she yells at Becky. She's like...
That's how they're going to turn Lana on
Lashley?
Yeah.
And then she'll go back to Rusev?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Lashley will be like, I'm the father. It was me.
Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff should be a part of the draft. Yeah, that would work out.
You know,
cool.
if they're going to be
I agree.
used, yeah.
With James here, Export, I think she's getting better.
Yeah.
I think she's gotten better in the ring.
I agree. I really think she has.
And I think she does good on the mic.
I think she does too.
So.
And she's got a unique character.
Yeah.
And it's different. And so I think it works. It all works for her.
I would agree.
You know, when she's against Becky.
If anybody else disagrees, let us know.
If I have a totally different opinion when she's against Becky.
Yeah.
But if she's not, I'm cool with her. I'm cool with her now because she got better in the ring. She listened to me and she got better in the ring.
I would agree.
He agrees. She did listen to me.
Yeah.
I love Becky, but what the heck was wrong with her tonight? She seemed off.
I thought she was solid.
I thought she was fine. I don't think she seemed off.
I think that she kind of spoke, paused, spoke again.
She kind of let the
Sasha
crowd
a chance to do her thing. You know, I think Bray Wyatt is becoming his version of the Joker in the Funhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I think that the way they're doing it, I think it's cool.
commentary.
Even then, I thought she was okay. I mean,
I did too. I liked her
terrible.
whole thing where she was like, "Oh yeah, I wore my blazer. I'm the businessman.
Yeah.
I'm the whatever she said." You know, like I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
So I thought it was funny. I thought it was cool. I didn't think she was off. I thought she was good.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, we have the Maria thing, and then a limo pulls up. We don't know who's in this limo, but a limo pulls up. Now, then we get the main event. Rusev versus Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship. Then Lawler kept interrupting her. Yeah, it was weird. Lawler did interrupt her.
Yeah,
it was
he did.
weird. And he was like...
It was CM Punk.
Stop. Stop with those rumors right now. Jeez. I saw so many people on Twitter, they were going back and forth. They were like, who is it? Is it John Morrison?
Well, if it was,
Is
he
it
forgot
CM
to
Punk?
show up on TV.
Who is it? I wonder if they're saving it. Because we never saw who actually got out of the limo.
No, we didn't.
We could assume that it was Lashley and Lana, but I don't think it was. I think it's somebody else, and they just didn't want to show us. They just kind of teased us, and we're like, oh, we got a limo. But this limo is going to drive to SmackDown for Friday, and then we'll show you who it is.
Yeah.
So, we still have some options of who it could be. I mean, I don't know. What do you think about the Punk Fox stuff? I don't know. It's difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't...
If he goes, cool, and it'll be fine, and it'll add to the division, it'll be excellent, but, like, I don't know. I just don't know if he wants to.
That's just it, is I don't know how much you can believe with... Again, it's a rumor until he comes out and...
Oh my gosh. Okay,
So-
so hold on. I gotta tell you something. I was scrolling through Twitter, and somebody, speaking of rumors, somebody was like, oh yeah, The Rock put up his tweet, and he was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be on SmackDown on Friday. And then Brad Shepard put up a tweet, and he was like, oh, I was going to post this an hour into Raw, but he beat me to the punch. And I was like, you idiot. You were going to report something.
How you doing, Draven?
Already.
AEW. We'll be watching it.
We will watch it.
James, to answer your question, go back to your question that you asked. A little off topic. Do y'all think the Joker movie excites mass shootings? No.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it, but I don't
Neither
need
have
to see it because it's no different than like any other movie. Movies don't like get people to go out and like do stupid things.
Yeah.
I thought it was Vince.
I saw this.
Meltzer
Brad
said AEW told him that they will never work with AEW when they never actually said that. Yes. I agree.
I saw this. Brad is a clown. Pretty much. He's an idiot and he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Draven, the whole Lana and Lashley thing didn't really. I was cool. I'm cool with the storyline.
So, like, actually, we're about to just get to that.
I'm not cool with the way they did it.
Yeah. I mean,
if they would have built this storyline up, I would have been understood it a little more and been cool with it.
Yeah.
But with the way they did it, I don't like the way they did it. Because here's my thought on all of this. It's a show. It's no different than a show. It's no different than a movie. It's no different than a TV series. It's just done weekly. So when they throw these storylines out there, and I know a lot of people don't like them, that's just it. It's part of a storyline. It's part of acting. It's part of trying to see what
something.
To see what people will watch and see what people like and what people don't like. If people don't like this down the road, I could see, I could see this whole storyline just being scrapped and like they work it out somehow to end it.
Yeah.
It'll be weird seeing Punk do a talk show about WWE.
Yeah.
Yes. I will try and see Joker this weekend.
Cool.
Is Rusev the new Mark Miro, and Lana the new Sable?
Maybe.
Could be. Could be doing something, Draven. The fact they already did this with Rusev and Lana, and I don't care about it. I could understand that.
Lana's been linked with Rusev, Ziggler, Enzo, Lashley, Rusev.
Brock.
That's funny.
A little bit of everybody.
You know what's funny?
What you're saying?
What's funny is I actually did like the Rusev and Ziggler thing where they had Rusev teamed up with Summer and they had Lana and Dolph. I actually like that. Like I thought that was cool.
So the thing with Punk, I think if he ever comes back, I think he will go AEW.
Yeah, probably just because of stuff that's gone down with WWE.
Yes.
I don't know if he would be willing to come back.
Kofi is going to be on FS1 tomorrow morning.
Cool. Super duper cool. So anyways, the Bobby Lashley, the ending of the show, Bobby Lashley comes out and brings Lana with him. And then they make out and Rusev is like...
How can you like something like that, Maven?
How can I like what? Like what? What am I liking?
I don't know. I'm not sure where he's... I don't know what you said. I'm not sure.
Oh, the Rusev Ziggler thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I thought it was cool. I liked it. I don't know. Maybe that's just like...
Draven, I didn't like the whole Dominic Rey Mysterio Lesnar thing.
I
mean the whole
I just didn't get
wasn't
it.
just the Dominic Lesnar thing.
I thought it was like fine,
I didn't
but
like that
I
whole
just
segment.
didn't get it. Like there was a disconnect,
Yeah.
and I didn't really understand it as to why it was happening. Just been watching Pillman and Goldust with Marlena.
Very
similar to the Lana stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, see, like it's
kind of just repeating
it's
stuff.
no different than that.
No.
Punk will be back in the WWE ring eventually. The only thing funny about the Ziggler/Rusev thing was Rusev calling Lana a fish. Not gonna lie, Lashley was going in. I think Ray is going heel. Lesnar was great.
I think Ray and Dominic are going to feud sometime.
I think that could be Dominic's first feud.
It could be.
Like they might have one match together and they lose, and then Dominic is like, "Why did I wait around for this? I could have been doing this a long time ago."
I don't get why did he attack Rey Mysterio?
And he beats him upside the head.
I'm just glad someone beat up Dominic.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't see the point to it. I don't really understand it. If they give some type of reasoning as to why Brock did it, then I suppose, yeah. But Paul Heyman didn't do that. So, I mean, it was just like, oh, Brock was there. He signed the thing. Let's have him beat down Ray. Because he can.
Yeah, I didn't understand.
Like, it didn't make much sense to me. There was no purpose for it. Because of Kofi. I could see that being a reason, but it still doesn't make any sense. Why did you attack Ray?
Because of Kofi, you beat up Ray? Dominic could have just one-chopped Brock, and he would be dead.
The Walter. Boom. Ah, jeez. Yeah.
That's because he's Walter's boy.
That is hilarious. Yeah, no, we're still building up to that Walter versus Rey Mysterio. Let's do Dominic on a pole match instead. Instead of the custody, let's just hang Dominic up on the pole and, like, just, you know, put a little pole there with a cage and a key, and you can just unlock it and take him out of there. Whoever wins the match, you know, it'd be fine.
Goldust from Lana in 2019 was almost Goldust and Mandy Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after we get the whole Rusev Lana Lashley situation, weirdest ending of the show ever. We get the Fiend who attacks Seth. So random. Like, we're dealing with the Rusev and Lana stuff, and I almost thought that the Fiend was going to attack Rusev. I was like, but why? Why? Did it make any sense? No, not really. Well, then Seth is laying outside the ring, and he's like, and he's like dying. It was like kind of traumatic.
Maybe it's R-Truth and Carmella.
Maybe it was.
Might have been.
That could always be them. We didn't see any 24/7 stuff tonight.
No.
It'll probably be on SmackDown.
He'll show up tomorrow and go, hey, we showed up last night. Nobody was there.
Yeah. Goldust and Mandy Rose in a mixed match challenge was one of the most entertaining matches I've seen in a while. I agree with you. I really like Team Little Big. Or Big Little. Whatever. Alexa and Braun. I really like them as a team. Like, they're awesome. Bray lied to us, and the Fiend didn't protect Seth tonight. Yeah, you're right. He didn't.
See, and that's what threw me off tonight. I thought he was going to attack Rusev.
That's what I
And then
did
they
too.
threw this Rusev thing out there with Lana, and I was like totally confused by
It did.
the whole
It was
segment.
so confusing.
Cain Velasquez is in talks with WWE. Brock attacking Ray and his son might be motive for Cain versus Brock.
I suppose.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hello, Life of John. My guess is Brock is going to win the championship. Ray and Brock will be drafted to SmackDown. Ray will win the Rumble, face Brock, and win at Mania. My guess. I don't know, though that's a stretch. Yeah, I mean, I almost think I could see Ray costing Brock the match.
Yeah.
Ray and Dominic, or just Ray, or like some capacity of them, they cost Brock the match.
Yeah, I can see that.
And then, could anybody see Dominic versus Brock being Dominic's first match?
No.
See, that's where it wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't think it.
Because I can't see either.
Raw is such a weird show, to be honest. Definitely was a weird show.
Dom and Ray versus Paul and Brock at Mania. I totally want to
Set it up now. Dom and Ray versus Paul and Brock.
All right, no. But hold on. Oh, wait, no, sorry. I am fighting Rey Mysterio at Hell in a Cell. Never mind.
Dominic the world title at Mania.
Never mind. Hold on. I was going to be like, hold up, guys. I'm facing Ray at Mania. But no, that's a lie. I'm facing him at Hell in a Cell. Like, this weekend. I got it. Sorry. Had to remember my schedule here.
That's why I didn't like the Rusev Lana stuff, because it made the Fiend versus Seth seem like an afterthought, even though that's the main event of this pay-per-view on Sunday. I didn't understand the whole thing.
Okay, so Matt, I'm going to come after you here for a minute. I talked to you about this on Twitter earlier, but, like, when I hear people talk about, like, Fiend versus Seth being the main event for a pay-per-view, yes, obviously, I think that's going to be the main event. But I don't want to sit here and discount the Becky and Sasha storyline, because I feel like that very well, if Fiend versus Seth was not on this card, the women's match would be the main event. If it was Seth against anybody else, that would be the main event. The women's match would be the main event, because they built it up better.
Yeah.
So I don't like
Gleen and Maven.
Maven versus Van Dam at WrestleMania. All right, sorry. Okay, we're booking that now.
Get
okay?
it booked.
Get it booked.
We'll do
Book
it.
No, but I don't want to discount the matches that could be the main event. I understand that Fiend versus Seth is obviously going to be the main event, and we all know that. But, like, I don't know. I just don't like to discount the matches that could be main event, because they are main event quality.
Yeah.
So
Dom would be squashed. Let me see here. Raw was good up until the end. I was, like, confused and scratching my head. I thought Raw, the matches were good. I just didn't like the fact that there's no storylines to them.
Yeah.
For the most part, I thought tonight was just kind of maybe it's just a filler till the pay-per-view, and then until they start to do the split.
Yeah.
Becky and Sasha because bathroom breaks.
Oh, jeez. Sorry, we're not.
Draven, you better watch out because you got a Becky fan here.
We're not going to be friends.
They tried Sasha in the main event of Hell in a Cell and it flopped. Yes.
But that, I don't care. that doesn't mean anything. They have
don't know
Becky now. Becky could carry it to make it the main event.
Personally, I think Sasha, because she's not good on the mic.
No, Sasha by herself, she's not a main eventer.
She's going to have some issues in a match.
Sasha is, my bad. That's fine. You're cool. That's cool. I'm just messing with you. Although I might get you every now and again.
Yeah.
But, you're cool.
I think it's going to be the 4 Horsewomen, possibly. The match was underwhelming. Yes,
I agree. Okay, so it was the first ever women's Hell in a Cell match. Charlotte versus Sasha. Okay, I get that. Also, Sasha didn't get a reaction tonight.
No, she didn't, and I don't think she will.
Sasha hasn't gotten a single reaction since she got back.
But I think the issue is...
It's because of how they booked her.
No, I don't think it's about how she booked her.
She's not good on the mic either.
And I'll answer that here in just a second. To be honest, the sleeper match is going to be Roman versus Bryan versus Harper.
I disagree.
Roman and Bryan versus Harper
that
and
could
Rowan.
be good.
I think it'd be a good match.
I think it will be.
Sasha didn't get a reaction tonight. Here, again, it goes back to Sasha not being good on the mic, and I don't think she's really that good in the ring.
I agree.
I mean...
Charlotte versus Sasha didn't need to be Hell in a Cell. No, they should have waited to make a Hell in a Cell match. It was because they were doing all the firsts for the women, and so that just happened to be the first one, so everybody remembers it. It doesn't mean that every women's Hell in a Cell match from here on out is going to suck.
Export Roman versus Rowan is happening because Rowan attacked Roman.
Yes. And then Daniel Bryan got involved.
He was angry because Roman has an M in it, and Rowan has a W in it, and he was angry that they flipped the
letter.
I'm making something up here. Trying to come up with some logic as to why this match is happening.
Harper is alive. Yes. Yes, he is. It should be Sasha versus Bayley versus Charlotte versus Becky. Unite the women's championship. Mm-hmm. Bayley comes out a heel. Yay! Sasha Banks. Am I a joke? That is so true, though. Bayley's a heel. She's like, woohoo! Bendy boys. Balloon boys. Woohoo! High five in the fans. Give me hugs.
James,
here's my headband.
I've given you my thoughts on this. There's one of two things that are going to happen. Sasha's going to win. Okay? Or Becky wins, and then...
She drops the title.
She drops the title
later that week.
Whether she drops it to someone else or she just says, "Okay, I'm gonna be on SmackDown, so I'm gonna go win the title there."
I think Sasha versus Becky should be a no count out match first.
Yes. I would agree.
I like the Hell in a Cell though.
Well, I mean, it's okay. I mean, it doesn't make any difference.
Because I think it'll be fun.
I guess.
I mean, Hell in a Cell matches are cool.
I miss Cole saying it's boss time on Raw. My only complaint.
I didn't miss Cole saying it's boss time. That's the one thing I hate. Every time Sasha comes out, he's like, "It's boss time," and I'm like, "Please stop."
Yeah.
Oh, and then work in Hell in a Cell. Okay, I could see that first.
That'd be
have
cool.
it to be a no count out match at first, and then have 2 falls.
Or just work towards Hell in a Cell. You work in the back of in the locker room, and then work it towards.
Yeah, but the cell goes over you, and there's no door.
I don't know.
We'll
figure something out. If Becky leaves Raw, who does Raw have?
That's a good question.
Well, we'll see after they do the split.
Hey, are we going to do a draft?
I don't know. We'll see. This week with a bunch of changes and stuff happening.
The only free day we have is Tuesday.
Yeah. We'll have to figure something out.
Don't do it the Hell in a Cell because the pay-per-view is called Hell in a Cell. Yeah. Oh, okay. I get what he's saying. He means that they should have had a no count out match first at the last pay-per-view, and then they should have built it to Hell in a Cell for the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. I get what you're saying. I got it. I honestly think WWE might have shot themselves in the foot if they don't have The Fiend win. At house shows, Seth and Bray recently have ended in no contest, so I'm scared this Sunday. Yeah, I think with the house shows, they've kind of screwed up the Bray and Fiend stuff.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think The Fiend needs to win the title. So, I mean, if it ended up in a no contest, then...
I don't know. I don't think that would be the best thing. I don't think people would be happy. I think people would leave upset and not as satisfied as they could be. But... I think with some of the stuff that they've done at house shows or dark matches on Raw and stuff like that, where they had last week. The Fiend was scaring the crap out of Seth Rollins on TV, but then he turns around and they have their dark match, and the Fiend is getting curb stomped 4 times.
Yeah.
And is being taken down. That makes no sense to me. And you can't book him like that. Because you can't look at it one way and have Seth be a baby and then turn around and Seth is like, okay, well, I'm going to beat you up anyways. It doesn't work. That doesn't work. It makes no sense. Dropping it on Sasha will be a better idea. I mean, if Becky wins, what other challengers are left for her?
It's a good question.
They don't really have anybody right now. Naomi put up a thing the other day on Twitter and on Instagram, and she was talking about how when the time is right for her to come back, she'll be back. She just, one of her close family members or friends died or something like that. And so she's, like, been gone for that, and she's been dealing with health issues and stuff. So she said she'll be back as soon as she can possibly be back.
Yeah.
So she is out with, like, an injury. I don't know who they have.
Yeah, I don't know.
They really don't have... I mean, they have Ember Moon.
They do.
How do we know Naomi's staying on Raw? Well, as of right now, Naomi is slated on the Raw.
And that's the
brand,
big thing
so,
is
like,
where's everybody going to go? I mean, that's the big thing. So
I think they have to divide them up evenly.
What they're going to do with that.
Because if they don't, it's not going to end well.
Draft predictions, James. Look for us. Maybe we'll do something next Tuesday.
Okay. That works. Or... yeah, that works.
We're looking to do some changes and stuff with the channel and doing some
yeah, we're going to have to adjust our
things.
Schedule for different things because we have, stuff.
So we'll be look for possibly a draft thing next Tuesday. We'll know more as the week goes on. So it's like what do you do? Have him win and have people be like it's too soon or lose? People say they're burying him.
Yeah, exactly. You can't have it either way. That's where it's a sticky situation.
Well, I believe. Again, I don't think the Fiend needs to win.
Tomorrow is
I don't think he has to have a title.
I agree.
I think he's cool the way he is.
I think if anything, I've said this a lot, where I don't know, it helps the title for a bit.
Well, for a short time. I think if anything, it hurts it for the long run.
It does. That's where I kind of go sideways, is it works in the beginning, and then... it brings the championship back to light. It makes it more relevant again. But then we turn it around, and he's holding the championship. He's bigger than the championship. So he's going to bury the championship, too. It's going to help at first, and then it's not going to. And it's just going to go down.
Yeah.
So, like, it doesn't... it is so complex. You are so right. We did a whole video on Bray. It's so complex. I think the Fiend shouldn't have the title at all.
I saw your video, and I agree.
I haven't watched it yet, but I should check it out just to see what you guys have to say about it, because it is so complex,
yes.
And it's very difficult, because I know people want to see him have the championship, because that means, like, you're the top dog, but, like, he doesn't need it. It's going to hurt the championship in the long run.
Yeah. Draft prediction, Dom's a free agent and gets the wild card rule on it. So, like, one match between Sasha and Becky, and they now have a settlement. Yeah. Again, I think you're out of options on what you're going to do with it, and so that if they're only going to have 3 matches, if they're going to call it Hell in a Cell, I suppose you have to have that match in Hell in a Cell.
Yeah. I
just want to see what Bray does with
what Bray does with
the title.
I just don't know what he's going to do with it, though. Like, I'm not going to trash on him and be like, oh, well, I just, like, I don't want to do this or whatever. But, like, I just don't know if it's physically going to work. Like, I don't think it's going to get the championship over because he's bigger than the championship.
And again, this is why I don't think he needs the title. I don't think he should have the title.
And this is where it gets difficult because nobody's going to beat him for a long time, so he's going to be holding the title for a super long time, and it's just going to kind of be, like, brushed under the rug.
Chaos, I think there's things I could do to where he doesn't have to win.
Yeah.
I know it's Hell in a Cell, and it's like there's no...
And no rules and stuff.
Yeah, no rules, but they could always do something to... It's WWE. They change rules in the middle of a match. So.
Toni Storm versus Sasha. I would be down for that.
Yes,
I like any Toni Storm match.
That'd be cool with that.
TBH, I'm just tired of
title
run. A lot of people are, and I can understand that. I totally understand it. I don't know if you'll give Impact a chance. My schedule is already full of wrestling. Yeah, Impact is going on Tuesdays. We won't be able to watch it because we don't get the
Well, I don't have access. So, I mean, if we did, we would do more of
Totally.
Yeah, those type of things.
Totally.
You seemed interested to see what happens.
I'm interested to see what happens, but I don't know if it's a good thing.
Which match are we talking about?
I think we're talking about Fiend.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm interested in it, and I'm curious, but I just don't know if it's right.
Yeah.
TBH, I really want to start seeing Bray's Funhouse characters start coming down to the ring more. I think it's time to start defining that character. Yeah.
I've said the same thing. I would love to see.
Yeah.
I would love to see that character used, and somehow find it. Get something where he maybe put him in a match.
Where it's like he has his two different sides, and
he's trying
personas. He's trying to fight. He's kind of like the psychotic, like weird, like like I'm a crazy, like I'm crazy. I'm crazy.
Maybe if he wins, he'll keep it in the Firefly Fun House, and the Fiend protects it when someone tries to challenge him.
I could see it working like that. Yeah. Shayna versus Becky. Yeah, that'd be a good match. I'm going to Bound for Glory. Super cool.
That'd be awesome.
My question.
Send us pics and let us know how it goes.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
My question is, how come Bray is getting all the marketing, but your world champions is Kofi and Seth, and they aren't getting the same marketing? There's something wrong with that.
Because his character's over. Yeah. And it's and it's fresh, and it's something different. And Kofi and Seth, they need something new and different.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I think because of the break, which is why I've said he doesn't need the title to be over.
No, he really doesn't.
In fact, I think if anything, I think he hurts the title.
That's what I agree. I agree 100%. I think he hurts the title in the long run.
But when you want to market your champions,
you would, and I think they're trying to. I think they're trying to market their champions, but they don't have a lot to market to. They don't have like a lot of stuff to market.
So I was gonna go back to and Chaos kind of like brought it up. Kofi and Seth suck now, overexposed. What is I mean, how do you market Kofi and Seth?
I don't know. They don't have anything that defines them at this point.
They seem kind of dull.
They do. They don't really. The New Day thing is just kind of wearing off. Kofi's pancake throwing thing is just kind of wearing off. He needs a new gimmick. He needs a new something. Something that's different that isn't what he has right now, because he really is just dull. And that's what has made me not like his championship run the last couple months. With Seth, I think the same thing. He doesn't really have anything that defines him anymore. Yeah. And so he needs something that's there that's like his, that works for him.
Yeah. Ramblin' Rabbit, rest in peace. Yes. Again, he's dead. Well, he'll be back, though, so don't worry about it.
Seth,
if you missed him, he will be back.
Or lack of ain't happening. Yeah, Seth has screwed himself over with what he said on Twitter.
What's your opinion on Alexa Bliss?
I like her. I think she's good in the ring. I think her fans are quite crazy sometimes.
Well, yeah, I think so.
I think it's just because of all the injuries that she's had.
I think one of the issues you have is
she's good on the mic. She can be a heel.
She's definitely good on the mic.
She can be a heel or a face like that. One night she can be a face and she can be, you're rooting for her. The next night she can be the person that you hate the most. Yeah. She is really good at that. Yeah. Burn it down, more like watered down.
The Fiend should be the thing that saves Bray, not just expecting the Fiend all the time. Yeah. What if you twisted that and did the other way around? And you said Bray is the one that saves the Fiend.
Maven Becky got a new t-shirt, yellow and black. I did see those. Now I can see why Seth reacted the way he did to Sasha's tweet. I did think that was funny, where he put up a tweet talking about how excited he was to fight Ray, and then Sasha turned around and she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm so excited to have a match with Alexa Bliss for the 95th time this year, and this is so exciting." Yeah. And then what did he say? Let me find it. I'll find it exactly to tell you what it said, because I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was really freaking funny.
Yeah, she did. She ripped off Seth's Twitter.
100%.
Let's see here. Burn it down, more like water down. You already said that. Maybe when Becky got a new t-shirt.
Oh, here it
is. Seth, you stop saying stupid things and get him more aggressive. Kofi, I'm not sure. Maybe have him more comedic and really laugh in the face of people until he snaps. See, I could see you doing something like that. I think both of them.
I liked when they did the Samoa Joe and Kofi thing, and he flipped off Joe. I liked when he did that, where he was kind of like.
I just think that you have to, with those two, I think you have to change their characters somehow. Because right now I think they're dull and boring, and that's why they're not getting over.
Okay,
yes,
so
skills,
here.
Yes, in-ring skills, not in-ring, nah. Oh, that's even more complex. Bray saves the Fiend.
So this is what Seth said
be a crazy storyline, wouldn't it, Life of John?
Yeah, it would.
But people, aka Sasha stands, forget that Seth and Sasha fans, forget that Seth and Sasha are close friends in real life. Yeah. I agree.
Samoa Joe, where's this dude? Good question. Where is Samoa Joe?
He is in hiding.
He's on vacation somewhere, probably.
Yes.
That's where a lot of them go. No, but the thing that Seth said, I thought this was so funny. So he goes, this is a match I've been looking forward to as much as every other match you've had, a.k.a. not at all. Luckily for me, you'll underdeliver like you always do and continue to wonder why you're not in more main events.
Yeah.
Bravo to you, Seth. That was actually a good tweet. You roasted her 100%, and it was funny.
Buddy and Alistair have went into hiding, I believe. I believe they're in the witness protection program. And they may introduce them soon as somebody else.
Possibly. They might change their names. They might have them change their hair color. They might have them change their whole gimmicks. And we might see them in the next 6 to 9 months to a year.
Yes, Aleister Black is still in his room waiting for somebody to knock on the door.
He's still in that room. Pretty sure Sasha and Seth were right next to each other when they did that exchange.
Probably.
I love the people on Twitter that were like, aw, dang, Becky took Seth's phone. She went after her. I always find those people very funny. Alistair's waiting under the ring at Hell in a Cell in case Taker's ill. That's funny.
Alistair is going to go by Black, and he's going to be a psychologist. That's funny.
Life of John. I like you so much. You've been in here for, 30, 40 minutes. I like you a lot. You're cool.
Have you seen Randy and Corbin's reactions to Bobby and Lana thing?
No.
I did not see it.
I haven't seen it.
I didn't pay attention to it.
Aleister Black might do. Okay, so speaking of Randy and Corbin, why were they just standing there? Anybody have any ideas? That was just so weird. They were standing there, and they were like...
They're part of Team Flair, and they were scouting Team Hogan.
I don't care. It was so weird. And then Lana and Lashley came out, and they were all like... And they were all just like, standing there, like, okay. I like you guys too.
Thanks.
Well, cool. Thanks.
Well, from what I heard, Aleister Black and Zelina Vega were on vacation.
Yeah, Zelina probably posted stuff on Instagram, and I think
Aleister Black has been on vacation now for several
95
weeks.
Years. Sean Rossap retweeted it if you want to see the video. I love Sean Rossap.
We'll have to take a look at it.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
They're so cool.
They were both Atlanta, too.
That's funny.
They're in the limo that showed up.
Oh, here it is. Well, there goes the throne of King Corbin. Even Randy had to laugh. They're reacting to the... That is so funny.
That is funny. That's a storyline. Yes, definitely. We could create a storyline.
They, started laughing. He broke his chair.
That's why Corbin was standing.
He broke his chair.
Yeah.
Oh, that's that high quality chair that Chad Gable broke.
Yeah. We're really going on with Rusev and Lana, though.
That was
Is there really
funny.
something going on? Because he's been off her Instagram for a while.
Who knows? Not a clue.
I don't know. Could be.
Maybe not.
Maybe she's with Lashley. And everyone's going, why are they doing this storyline?
Lashley's married. He has 5 kids.
Hey, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, well,
he could have broke up too.
Well, he could possibly, but I'm pretty sure he's still married. And he has 5 kids.
We might be.
So, I'm just saying.
Yeah. I think.
Oh, boy. That'll
do it for tonight. Does anybody else have anything you want to add?
He broke his chair, and Randy's like...
If you haven't seen that, you guys need to check out...
Matt shared it with me. I'm going to retweet it. So if you want
Maven's
to,
retweet
go
the,
check that out,
go
check out my Twitter, at Maven Gleen. I retweeted it. You can see the funny video there.
Did the Fiend interrupt before
hilarious.
Raw went to commercial during the main event?
They did. It did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. Did anybody else see that? Because I did.
Yes.
For sure. Boy, oh boy, this is a fun one.
Yes.
Ah.
We will be back on, I was going to say tomorrow night, but now we won't
we're
be back
getting
tomorrow night.
double echo because I had my phone turned up. Whoops.
We will be back Wednesday night. We will have
For
NXT.
and the first week of AEW.
And AEW.
Woohoo. I don't know what time we'll be on. It depends on when the shows end.
Yeah, we'll figure out what we're going to do. Just make sure if you are not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Hit the little bell button so you know when we go live. Keep doing with Bray during commercials. Yes.
I like those. I do like it. It's fun.
It's genius. Definitely genius. You can follow us on Twitter.
At Maven Gleen.
I am at The Wrestle Story, or at Mr. Gleen.
Yep.
You can follow us there to keep up to date on anything that may be going on.
Yep,
she does tweet more. I've been trying to tweet more often so then people can kind of keep up with what's going on. Thank you so much for tonight. Can't always join these as it's very late, but keep going. You guys are going awesome and a lot of fun. Some really nice people in chat as well. Thank you, Jimmy Hell Yeah Podcast. We will continue to watch your videos.
Yeah, we super enjoy all of you guys coming in and chatting with us. We always have some really good conversations. We get good ideas going. You always give us good ideas. We give you good ideas. It's just a lot of fun.
Yes. Love having you guys on here. Awesome show as always. Thanks, James. I'm pumped for NXT for their card because of mini takeover. Definitely Matt. Paul Heyman will use Lashley and Lana to get rid of the PG era. Yes, he will. Can't wait for the NXT takeover Full Sail in AEW.
Yeah, it's gonna be so much
NXT
fun.
takeovers on Wednesday. Yes,
woohoo!
We will be back on Wednesday, not Tuesday. I was about to say Tuesday.
We'll be back.
You guys rock. Awesome show, and I'm subscribed. Thank you very much, Life of John. We will see you guys Tuesday night. With that, we are out.
Peace out.